So many options though. There's always a way to watch us.
Okay. Because
Oh no, are we now live on YouTube as well? Excellent. We have the technology. Well done, Director Richard. He's got that sorted.
Okay, so because we're top stitching, I always like to lengthen up my stitch length. Just because we're going through quite a few layers.
Right.
And it just tends to sort of suck up the stitch length. Otherwise, if it's too small, then it'll be really tight.
Sharon, a little message to you. Fear not, we're going to have a look through those fabric options for you again in just one moment. We're going to watch this side of the zip go in, and then we're going to go and have a look at those fabrics for you. But I don't want anybody missing out. Well, I don't want anybody missing out on the tutorial. I don't want anybody missing out on the bundles. 24.45. This is the pink that we're working on here. This is your pink option, so details there for that. And if you want the grape version, then that details down there. Down there.
They're so pretty.
Aren't they gorgeous?
They're really, really lovely.
So it's already had the seal of approval from your 12-year-old.
Absolutely.
And now they are, I mean, that's going on teenager.
Yes, everything has to sort of run by the approval, whether it's...
Yeah, you can't second guess a 12-year-old.
Makeup, whether it's makeup, whether it's clothes, shoes, anything. It's like really...
And they know it's cool.
Yeah.
And producer Hannah says it's cool too. And she's not 12, so it spans all ages, which is perfect.
But it's just got so many uses. I mean, it's just a great shopping bag. I think I was saying it. I've got a friend whose daughter's pregnant, and everything I'm making, I'm thinking, oh, I could make that as a baby bag, or I could make it into...
But it's roomy because you can fit nappies, baby wipes, and another set of clothes in there. Because let's face it, that always has to happen.
There we go. And like I say, or a school bag.
Or a school bag.
As was being eyed up. Because it's like, have you really got to take this in? Will you not be bringing it back home?
No. But you have the pattern, can make more. This would be okay for hand luggage on a plane as well, wouldn't it? Sturdy.
Yeah.
You can fit your duty free in it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I wish I'd have had it last weekend, no?
Yeah, you're a bit of a jet setter, aren't you?
Oh.
So spent the weekend in New York.
In New York, yes. This time last week, yeah.
Living the life.
Cocktails on rooftop gardens and cycling around Central Park.
That was last weekend. This weekend, sewing quarter.
Yeah, for 4 o'clock up in the morning.
Well, hang on. Which way does jet lag go?
Well, to be honest, it was so quick. I mean, they're sort of behind us, so coming back, it's supposed to hit you. But I sort of like landed at 10, was back home by 12, went back to work, job done. Yeah, end of.
Talking of jobs done, there we go. That's that zip put in. So, original stitching there. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, original stitching there, and then top stitched.
Just top stitched twice through.
Lovely. So do we just repeat that on the other side?
Repeat the other side, yeah, and then we can then look at
Can
putting
I leave
it
you
in.
to do that while
Absolutely,
I go and
while
have a look
show
over here?
yeah.
Oh, awesome, right. Come on, have a look at these. Let's start with the pink ones because super popular. 24.45, and you're going to get 1/2 metre of your grey, your fuchsia, your flutterbys, and your thread, and your zip, and your metre of interfacing, and your pattern. It's all in there for 24.45. Brilliant value for money. Now, the next one, there it is, OTGC 47. That's for your pink. By far the most popular is the grape. Loving the grape. Ever since we came on air, boom, boom, boom. But you see, look, the colours work, don't they, so well. Oh, really? It's that popular down to single figures? If you're loving the grape, please check out your baskets because I don't want anybody missing out. Nobody wants to miss out, not on a Sunday. Well, not on any day, really. So there's your zips, there's your colour, and, of course, instructions, interfacing. Yeah, there's your zip, there's your coloured fabric was what... I forgot to finish my sentence. Sorry about that. It's words. Words. It does sound like I've got jet lag. No, just a 3-year-old's party. It was hot. Here we go. Interfacing, pattern. I can blame 3-year-olds, can't I? For like most things. Here we go. There we go. And this is... I like this one. I love this duck egg, that delicate duck egg in there. But then you see you've got the pinks and all those pretty colours. And look... I'm going to say, this would be nice as a baby bag, Producer Hannah. You're not wrong. You're very... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Producer Hannah would get her Oda coat out and make sure everything is... You see, you can tell. Producer Hannah doesn't have kids, but she used to nanny. So you can tell she knows. She knows the need for Oda coat around small children. Oh, yes. Everything needs to be wiped clean. Oh, yes. Those juice cartons, they explode all over the place. Now, here we go. This is... Hannah just said one word. Foobs. Other yogurts and squirty things are available. But I also feel your pain, Producer Hannah. And here we go. This one here is your Woodland Forest in taupe. And then you see you've also got, I love these. These are really fresh. In fact, they remind me of Refresher Sweets, because they were that sort of colour, weren't they? They were. Before they changed the formula and made them so they didn't have like artificial things in, back in the days when they tasted really good, they were that sort of colour. Yeah. Love it. And then we've got those. 24.45. It's subtle on the outside, zhuzhy on the inside.
Zhuzhy, that's a good word.
It's a sewing term.
That's a new one for me then. I'm like, I like
days.
That. Yeah, zhuzhy.
We like a bit of zhuzh. Subtle on the outside, zhuzhy on the inside. Now, so the other side of this zip is all happening.
Yeah, nearly on. So that's how quick and easy it is.
Do you know, I'm really glad you showed us that, because that would have been the bit that I would have sort of taken a deep breath and gone...
A bit of just had the bag open.
Well, no, it would have done. Or it would have just joined the UFOs, where I'll go, I'll tackle that another time. But now I know how easy it is, so that's brilliant. Thank you. The grape has now sold out, so well done. Congratulations for everybody that got their hands on this. But we have it in pink, so fear not. Ballet bag.
Oh, yes.
Gym bag. Well, yeah, because look, you can fit a little bottle of water or something inside. This is the medium-sized one. This is the big one. You get the pattern for, there's a third as well. Shall I show you? You can make a tiddly tiny one. So there's no reason why you can't make a series. So you've got enough material to make one of these options. Hey. So it's up to you which one you get. But of course, if you've got the pattern, then you can always make extras.
Okay,
so the zip is the most technical part.
I would say so, yeah. The rest is pretty basic, you know, sort of quite straightforward. I wouldn't say basic, I'd say straightforward.
Okay, so what level are we looking at, do you think, with this?
Definitely beginner. Beginners,
really?
Yeah, definitely beginner that's got a couple of projects under their belt.
Right.
But yeah, nothing that's great that's going to faze anybody, to be honest.
Can I show you the instructions? Do you think it's a good starting point to make a bag following instructions?
I would say, again, yeah, as long as you've got a couple of projects maybe under your belt, you know, sort of perhaps sort of starting with a simpler sort of tote that hasn't got sort of fastenings and things like that. But yeah, it's absolutely great. It's pretty straightforward, I would say.
Well, you know, if this is your thing, then you need to challenge yourself, don't you? You need to, you know, take that step up. Of course, some of you are going to be sitting there going, hey, look, I've got this. That's easy. I can do those zips. Yeah. In my sleep. Eyes shut. Now, these are the pattern instructions. So I just want you to see. Oh, here we go. There we go. So there are instructions in Spanish as well. Let me move that over so you can see it in English.
I was trying to read those this morning, weren't I?
Yeah, that's how with it we all were this morning. You were reading instructions in Spanish, going, "Why does this not make sense?" With an Italian accent, yeah. Producer Hannah was, bless her, snuffling into her keyboard because she's got hay fever. It's all been going on this morning. We've had great fun. So, oh, hello. Now there's the lining.
So, we're then going to start looking at putting in the
do you
lining.
need instructions?
Yes, just double checking.
There's Spanish as well, you know.
Just double checking, yeah. So yeah, it is actually going to go to the lining. So it was the lining. So on your lining pattern, it has a placement line.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
what does that mean? What's a placement line?
It's where the top is actually going to be
we place
placed
it?
into it. There's a hint in the name.
Hello. Yep. Good morning.
So all I literally do is just put a pin as a marker. Just line that up.
Yeah.
Onto this one.
Okay.
Okay, you can even just pierce it through. Just make a little hole.
Oh, you don't care, do you?
Oh,
Just make a hole in that pattern. God.
There we go. They're quite robust, and you can always put a little bit of sticky tape on. And then we're going to line that across.
And now, is this right sides together?
It is the right side facing up.
Oh, yes. So it is.
So otherwise your zip's going to be facing downwards and not much use.
Yes.
When you've gone to all that effort.
This is why I need an expert, because I would be that person that would then be reaching for the unpicker, going, oh, what did I think of that? Okay. But that's because this is a slightly different way of putting in a zip, and I'm liking it. Oh, now a warning on the pink Flutterby as well. Single figures onto that one now as well. Gosh, busy hour.
Super. Lots of people up then.
8 o'clock on a Sunday and you're all up. Well done. Beautiful.
There we go. And then we're literally top stitching into place. Just along the edge. So just position my needle across again.
Okay. And that's okay with the old zipper foot?
Yep.
To do that, you don't have to. You don't have to change.
You don't have to. You can if you wish, but I think as you work with me, I'm sometimes a little bit of a lazy sewer, so it's.
That's okay. That's all right. Lovely. And so you do that from the top.
Yeah.
Oh, because I guess the thing is you've folded that edge, haven't you? So you're not putting a raw edge there.
No, it's a nice,
so you're not
neat, solid edge that's going. So.
Oh, I get it now. And of course, then you've got that grey. Shall I show you where we're at with this whilst you show that? Because it's all. I'm having those light bulb moments. So we're sewing this. We're sewing this along, that's the line of stitching that we're putting in at the moment, just along there. And because that was that folded piece of fabric there, can you see there's no raw edge, that's that folded, that's why that was done. This is that extra bit of grey material that we've seen, that's then going to be bound, by the looks of it, beautifully around the top. That's clever! Oh, we've never done a back like this before.
Have we not?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean, we've done like that sort of bit,
shape
but not this top bit.
Oh, so exactly the same on the other side.
Placement line
with the hole in.
Yeah, you don't care. Get that pin through.
Okay, so
yeah.
Onto that one.
Very nice.
There we are. And then this side is then going to be matched up, just keeping an even distance from the top all the way along.
Okay, so just make sure it's nice and straight.
Eyeballing that through.
Yep. Of course, if you've got something like your seams right, you can check your distances and things like that, can't you?
Yeah, you can just measure through if you wish to, but yeah.
Well, this is excellent, and you can really start to see it coming together, an absolute treat. Now, your pockets are on the inside.
They are.
So they're all ready to go.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
So the assembly side, it's all straightforward.
And very clearly displayed, actually, in your instructions. It's all in there.
And the construction of the front of the bag is exactly the same as the lining.
Right.
So
Sue's asked to see the Woodland Tote Bundle. So welcome, good morning. Let me show you. Said Woodland Tote Bundle. Oh, taupe bundle, not tote. I was thinking they're all totes. Here we go. This is what the Woodland Tote Bundle looks like. You know what I mean. There it is. But if you want to see it in the flesh, I've got it here. Love this. Actually, that's a really handy shade of thread to have in there. That's going to be very useful. But you've got your taupe for your tote. That makes sense, doesn't it? And then I love these sort of sherbety colours. gorgeous. So you're going to be able to have a little sneaker, a little pop of colour on the inside, maybe for your handles, for your pocket, maybe you want a different colour for your pocket. All the possibilities are endless. £24.45. There you go, Sue. Oh, the Tamworth fan club have woken up this morning.
Oh, are they all starting to come through?
Yeah, they're messaging.
I wondered where they were.
Oh, hang on. I haven't got the message. I've got Jean says, "Hi, John. In the late 70s, I made a pair of jeans." Do I need to do that again? Oh, here we go. Let's see. Is it going to refresh? No, still wants to talk about... We'll sort that out in a minute as I'm getting all of John's messages.
Okay, so we've put the top in. It's now... The instructions tell you to put the side panel on, which I've already done.
Okay.
Just to sort of save a little bit of time. Now, one bit that I did go off-piste a little bit is that it tells you to actually join the sides right to the top. When I was doing the other one, I did find it was just a little bit difficult to sort of get in. So what I would recommend is just sort of stop short of a couple of inches, just so you can actually fold back that side panel.
Right.
And it's easier then to actually stitch flat rather than trying to pierce it over.
I see what you mean. Yeah, so you're getting a more pleasing finish.
Yeah, it just makes life a little bit easier. I mean, it goes in. I did manage it, but I just sort of thought, yeah, I think actually if I left...
There's an easier way.
Yeah, if I just left a couple of inches at the top, just enables you to get in. A little bit of manoeuvrability.
Excellent. Oh, we like a bit of manoeuvrability.
And so you then just stitch across.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of these pink bundles left, ladies and gents. You are all up and raring to go this morning. There we go. That's your pink one. So if you want to grab the pink, please do that now. And then all of the graphics are going to go. So we're just trying to sort out a little treat for you. Oh.
Okay, and don't worry about going over because you said they're plastic zips. It's quite fine to
That's
sew
okay
over.
to go over.
Yeah. If you're a little bit worried, just hand crank it over.
Yeah, there's always that worry, isn't there? There's that moment where I just sort of shut my eyes a little bit and just hope. Shut my eyes, cross my fingers, and it all goes to pot because I got my eyes shut, my fingers crossed.
It's nothing like a needle, the sound of a needle.
But it's all good.
There we go.
Excellent.
And then that will then...
Oh, so do you then sew that
You can then stitch that the last little bit back up, but I'll do the other side and then I'll do all these
can I just show?
Sure, absolutely.
So, here we go. What Amanda was saying was, just sew short there. There's your back bit that goes round the side. Stop short so that you can sew that bit in. We've sewn that across. And now, you see where that was left open? We're going to pin that and then sew that zip, there. I say we. I'm going to watch. Give words of encouragement. That's my forte. That's my sewing forte. Encouragement.
So what's on your sewing table then at the moment?
A quilt.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
A big quilt.
Yes. Accidentally.
Or you just keep going, so it's turned out to be a big quilt.
Well, I got that carried away. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I got that carried away, and then so I just kept sewing blocks together, and then I couldn't remember. I laid them all out on the floor, and I realised it was big when it was much bigger than the rug in the sitting room. I was like, oh, hang on a minute.
So you're actually making a carpet?
Yes, basically, I'm just cladding my room and my whole house in patchwork is what appears to be happening. So actually, I ended up having enough for 2 double. That's how carried away I got. All out of my scraps. I just spent an evening cutting up all my scraps into the biggest sizes that I could.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
It turns out I had quite a lot of scraps gathered over the years.
I never throw anything away.
No. But the thing is, I've now discovered a whole other bag of scraps I'd completely forgotten because now there's room for, things to breathe a bit.
There we go.
Oh, I've got a message from producer Hannah. Oh, that's lovely. There we go. So the pink is sold. Well done. Whoever managed to get that. So there we go. That's just sewn along there, and then those bits there sewn in. Yeah, that is much easier, isn't it? And that's what that is going to look like. Now, so let's give you the taupe tote.
The taupe tote.
The taupe tote, which is this one here. They are going to be your graphics to the bing there, and then the duck egg, pretty duck egg, is coming in down there, just so that you know. So this is the duck egg one. Pretty. Is that the antique blue in there? Antique blue and antique pink. I'm going to say yes. Yes, beautiful. Oh, this is working out a treat. Oh, I've got some message. My iPad doesn't want to work today. Naughty tablet. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. Whoever.
From a very bright and sunny Tamworth, love, Emma.
Oh, hi, Emma.
There you go. She can't take her eyes off that zip.
No,
No. The
tongue's going to start coming out in a minute. The concentration tongue.
Nick's messaged in. He says, great show again.
Who? Nick?
Nick and his mum are watching.
Oh, right.
And they say, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
There we go. She's concentrating on her zip. We'll show you the messages later, and then you can recap, because I know they're going to go straight over the top. Any joy? No. Okay, so the messages will come in now to producer Hannah. Please do send your messages in, and then she'll tell me through the medium that is my earpiece. Not telepathy. We're not that good. Not yet.
Isn't technology good? It's great when it works.
Oh, absolutely. But, oh, Nicola, she got carried away with her hexie quilt. You see, I'm not the only one. And it's double the size of a king-size bed. So basically the size of a small flat, Nicola. Yeah, excellent. We need to see a photo of that, because that's sounding, a bit like mine. I like to think of it as, insulation. I like to think I'm just insulating my house ready for winter. That's how I'm thinking of it. That's how I'm justifying it. Now, hang on, what are we doing now?
Okay, so I'm just
literally
the other side. I'm just going to go up those, and then we're ready to pop the lining into the bag.
Yay! Exciting. And we can do that in 10 minutes, can't we?
No pressure then.
No pressure. Yay!
It'd be the first thing I think I've ever completed if I managed to do that.
That'd be amazing. Now, I'm just going to leave you there for a moment because we have an announcement. Because the bags have been so popular, we've managed to get you the fabric to buy by the half metre, which means that you won't get a pattern with it, but say you've already bought the Flutterby material and you think, actually, I want to make all 3 sizes. You can stock up, or you can just get this fabric in your stash, whichever way it is. So this is it in pink. You can buy it by the half metre. Or maybe you've got another project that you think, I need that. $4.95 per half a metre for your pink fabric. So you see the bags, so they just went, didn't they? Just like that. Just like that. So grab yourself another half a metre and then you can make yourself another bag. You get 3 half meters in your kit, by the way. So, grab some other colours. Maybe you would want to do, maybe you could mix and match with the pink and the grape. So, you get 1.5 meters of fabric in your bundle if you are trying to get more fabric for another bag, if you've just got the bag pattern and the kit and you want extra fabrics. $4.95 here, LBFG89 for 1/2 meter of fabric. You can get 1 meter, just put 2 in the quantity, that's how it goes. We will cut this to your requirements. Let's have a look at the taupe. Now, the Woodland bundles for the tote bag, I'll get my taupes and my totes all muddled, also all in single figures. So if you want to stock up on the material, and this is a lovely craft material. It's not a dressmaking cotton, this is thicker. So it's great for these kind of projects. $4.95 for your taupe woodland forest, very pretty, but look at the pretty duck egg blue, just gorgeous. So again, $4.95 per 1/2 meter. That is your woodland in duck egg blue. Very, very, very delicate duck egg blue, which is absolutely lovely. And then you've got the pink and the green. It's all lovely. There we go. ADFG 84. Lovely. Now, of course, we've got a couple of these left in bundle form. So if you do want to get the whole kit and caboodle with the zip and the thread and the interfacing and the pattern and everything. Oh yeah, the pattern. That's quite important, isn't it, if you want to make it. 24.45 gives you all of it with your pattern. But we've only got 4 of the duck egg bundle remaining. So if you're after all of that, 24.45 OUGC19. It's lovely to get a bundle because then you've got everything. You don't have to worry. You've got the whole lot. And then the last bundle that we've got for you, that we've got stock of left, here it is your taupe, your woodland taupe. There we go. Zips, thread, also single figures here as well. 6 of these left. So just make sure that you check out your baskets and make sure that you get it. We started with a huge quantity. They weren't going to let us have those ½ meters of fabric, but we managed to, well, I don't know if we actually got permission or if we just went, it's Sunday morning, no one's awake, so we'll just pop those on. But either way, it's all there for you, so take a look. And if you're watching, maybe you're quite a new viewer, still working out how all of this works, sewingquarter.com is our website, and you can watch us live, but underneath there, firstly you can message the studio, there's a little box for that, but then underneath that is everything that we've had on the show today. So if you're going, well, where do I find these ½ meters of extra fabric? It's all going to be on the website. Look at watch, and then it's all under there, like a quick reference shopping list. I like. Now, what are we doing over here?
Okay,
you heard 10 minutes and went for it, didn't you?
I did. I was like, never going to do it. So we've actually just plopped the lining in wrong sides together.
So this is slightly different, isn't it? Popping it in wrong sides together.
Just literally push that down.
So you don't have to. Is this a drop lining?
Yeah.
Is that what that's
just
got? Look
at
there.
Drop in lining.
That's producer Hannah giving me the technical details there. She's been paying attention. So you see that. So it goes in as it will be because you're going, and you can only do that because you're going to bind around the top.
We are. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh, this is looking lovely. Really lovely.
Okay. So your binding, like you said with the other one, is just on your pattern piece, just a strip, and it gives you the different lengths for the different sizes, just pressed in half, and then the 2 raw edges coming in.
Amanda, have I got enough in my bundle for this straight lining?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Straight binding.
Yep.
Lining, binding.
Yep. All the pattern pieces, and it fits in, as say, you've got other little bits left over as well.
Now, where on the... Can I just ask you to bring that over here so we can see it? Where do you start and finish this? Where's, like, the best place?
Okay. I would start sort of in the centre on the back piece.
Okay.
Okay, because I always sort of class that as the front. And I would always put the binding on the inside. You put raw edges together.
Right, let's just show that.
Okay.
There we go. Raw edges together. Yeah.
And then where you've actually sort of pressed a crease, you're then going to stitch all the way around in that crease.
Let's show that. So you've pinned that, and there's that first crease. You're going to stitch in the crease.
Into the crease, yeah.
Hey.
Okay. And then, once you've come all the way around, that will then flip over to the front.
Oh, nice.
And then you'll then be able to actually just stitch along the edge and all the way through.
Do I have to slip stitch that, or can I machine stitch it?
Machine stitch.
Machine stitch. For goodness sakes. That's too short.
Hand stitch.
Well, you know, they do that on quilts and stuff, don't they?
Yes.
I
do some hand stitching on those, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
You see, these quilters, they've got a lot to answer for making us slip stitch things. Yay!
Okay, so.
Oh, now let's have a look at, let's have a little recap on the stock issues with the bundles. There's an issue. The taupe bundle, there's 1 left and 5 in your baskets. Ooh, it's a bit of a race. So please check out your basket. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day, and you will only be charged one lot of P&P. So if that's what's stopping you check out, don't let it, because you know what? That's absolutely fine. You check out as many times as you want. That's absolutely fine. Let me check the duck egg blue woodland. How's that going on? We'll find out for you. Oh, that's sold out. Gosh, busy, busy, busy. So congratulations for all of you who've been up. Wow. Are you up because you're busy making breakfast for those fathers? Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening? Let me show you these fabrics by the 1/2 metre then. Here we go. So if you would like this, we weren't meant to have these. Are we going to get into trouble, Producer Hannah? Probably. Are you on tomorrow? Are you on tomorrow, Producer Hannah? Are you in tomorrow? Yeah. I'm not in tomorrow, so you'll take the blame for that, I'm afraid. There we go. This is your duck egg blue, £4.95. You see the lengths we go to bring you pretty fabrics, and we do that, and we get in trouble for it. £4.95 for your duck egg, so make it worth it. At least if we sell all these out, they can't tell us off too much. Now, if you wanted to get the solids, it's vintage pink and vintage blue. Lovely. I called them antique, but it's not. It's vintage pink and vintage blue that went with the duck egg. Now, if you want to get the taupe, well, this means, doesn't it, because you get 3 sizes in your pattern, that actually if you wanted to make 3 in the different sizes, so then you'd for your weekends away, you'd have all your matching baggage. It'd be lovely. £4.95 for your taupe, and again, that's a 1/2 metre. So we matched that with sherbet and coral. You see, I wasn't going crazy saying it was like a sherbet, was I? No, it's actually called sherbet. And then this is your grape, which sold out so quickly. This was the first to go. This is your butterflies and grape. If you want to make that bag again, then you will also need the magenta and the forest fruits in the Spectrum Solids, 1/2 metre of each of those. So all of those are on the website, or just give our customer services a call and they can help you out. That's a free phone UK number, 0800 112 4433, and they're very helpful. Very, very helpful. And then there's your pink as well, which was second to sell out, super busy, which is teamed with, oh yeah, the Mercury. I like that. That was the grey, wasn't it? And the fuchsia. Lovely. Just so that you know, in case you're trying to get all the bundles together. Gosh, so if you were lucky enough to get it, you see, that's the thing, isn't it? Back up on a Sunday morning, nice and early.
First in.
Yeah.
You're there.
Now, what's going on over here?
Nearly there. Just popping in I just got a little bit of the lining a bit skewed, so straightening that out.
Okay. So if you want to, can you sew the lining, the bag, and the binding all together at the same time?
Yes.
You can do that all in one?
Yeah.
Excellent. And you're sewing into that crease line?
Just into the crease line, yeah.
That's nice because it gives you a good reference point, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Nearly all the way around now.
Now, on the screen for you, we've got the Flutterby in the grape, which was the first bag to sell out, and then the pink by the 1/2 metre down. This is just the fabric. That's all we've got available now. That's all we've got left. So maybe, a matching purse.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. A matching makeup bag. Get that Oda coat out. We would, if it was left to me and Hannah, Producer Hannah, we would Oda coat pretty much everything, I think.
I love it.
We've got a bit obsessed with it. It's good stuff. But yeah, I mean, also, like we were saying, if you're going to make a baby bag out of this, because it's that shape, isn't it? It's that perfect shape. Nice and roomy. Beautifully roomy and beautifully shaped. And you see room, or maybe this is going to be a gym bag. And then you put your water bottle in there. And off you go. You've got lots of deep pockets in here as well. So the bit that we're doing at the moment is this bit here. So you sew right sides together, So this is your binding along there, and then you'll flip your binding over and then stitch it around there, and that gives you that lovely finish. And that's why you were able to just make the innards, the lining, and just drop it in. Just drop it in.
None of the fighting of like turning a bag through.
No,
ridiculous little
bagging out
hole.
through the smallest hole. But this is brilliant. So what we've tried to do today, and I think Amanda's done a brilliant job, is show the bits that might give you pause for thought.
Sometimes it can phase people and sort of put them off from having a tackle, but sometimes it's just having a go and just, like you said, just stretching your skills and learning new techniques.
Right, let me just show you. So this is it in the pink. Just get that binding round. So then once that binding is pinned, would you just top stitch, you say machine stitch?
Yeah, machine stitch
around there.
Through.
And that's your binding on. You've got your grey contrast, and that's that bit that we've done today, looking gorgeous. Now, Amanda, we're going to have you back in an hour's time.
For pets.
All about the pets. If you're like me, you'll need that. Well done on getting all of these bundles this morning. They've all sold out. Jo is next with a bear in a bag. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you in just one moment. Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love. There are many different ways you can buy from us here at the Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step. Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter at Sewing Quarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air. Back by viewer demand, Jo Carter returns on Monday the 19th of June with her much-loved Panda Pop clamshell quilt. This unique mini quilt, complete with cheeky peeping pandas, is perfect for improving your technique and makes an incredible gift that'll last for generations. And what's more, Jo will be using some jaw-droppingly beautiful K-Facet pre-cut fabrics for that extra helping of wow factor. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve with our nifty kit, containing everything you need to take your quilting skills to the next level. See how it's done on Monday the 19th of June, 8 AM, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Father's Day. Welcome to Sewing Quarter. I'm Natasha McCarty, and this hour, oh yes, we've got a bag, but not just any old bag. Oh no, look what's inside. Hi! Oh, he's back. The bear in a bag is back in new gorgeous colours. Oh, we love him. We absolutely love him. Look, it looks like he's in a little sleeping bag. And look at his little tail. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, I never realised he had such a gorgeous tail. So this is the bear in his little bag. And we've got him in brand new colourways for you today. And I just think he looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Jo's here. We'll be with her in just one moment. Let's give you these new options. Hurrah! He's always so popular, the bear in a bag. With good reason. Look at him. Should we start with the blue one then? Yeah, why not do that? Because, you know, I've just shown him to you. So, no, here's the blue one. Here's the blue bear. So these are the fat quarters that you get in your kit. So you get 5 tilde fat quarters. So we've done the bear in Kaif. We've done him in tilde. He's a proper designer bear. And so you see the bag was made out of that one. And then you get to mix and match which ones you want. Gorgeous. So you'll get it looking like that. 5 fat quarters and your thread and your instructions and your stuffing. Don't forget your stuffing. All coming to you for $28.45. Now, when you get 5 fat quarters, each project takes a fat quarter. So that could be 5 bears, or 3 bears, 2 bags, or 2 bears in 2 bags, and a fat quarter left over. However you want to work it, so it's entirely up to you. You decide. You're the designer. Let's have a look at the teal next, because this is uber gorgeous too. I think the 5 fat quarters again in these gorgeous, gorgeous colourways. Oh yes, there they are, looking particularly gorgeous this morning. Look at that, $28.45. I've just had my mum to stay and I've been educating her in the ways of tilde. And she's like, do they all have that lovely finish? All materials have that lovely finish. I'm like, no, mum, it's tilde. There we go. So that's everything that you're getting. Full instructions, your thread for the nose and the stuffing so that you can, well, stuff them. And enough to make more than one bear. So this is what I love about it. It's up to you how many you want to make. Because you could just make 5 bears. That could be it. You could just make 5 bears and forget the bag. But if you love the bag, and I love the bag, then 2 bears, 2 bags, and a fat quarter left over. So much. Let's have a look at the green. I think a bear in green would be a very fine thing. And what I love is because you get to make the bag as well, with some of those larger prints, you really get to appreciate them. So as Jo made the bag out of the circusy print, I think that's a lovely way to actually get to appreciate that material. So that's your green option, $28.45, and you get your thread, and you get your stuffing, and full instructions. There you go, that's what you're getting. Nice, nice, nice. Red, we've got it in red as well. Here we go. Love, 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 love the red. There we go. See, what a great excuse to use that. Just beautiful, fabulous fabrics in this. Really vibrant red, but it's a soft red. It's really, really pretty. It will come to you all beautifully done like that. And this is what you get in your kit. Nice. Now, we've got another way of doing it. So as we said, per fat quarter is a project per fat quarter. So what we've also given you are options with different fabrics, but we've given you a 1/2 metre of each. That's the equivalent of 4 fat quarters. So that's 2 bears in 2 bags. That's how that will work. And this is what we've given you. So we've got the nautical set here. So for any of you of a nautical vent, this is from Severnberry, the material. That's Japanese, isn't it, the Severnberry fabrics? So there you go, 1/2 metre. So basically that's 2 fat quarters in each of those designs, is effectively what it works out at. £20.45, APGC 75, and that will make exactly 2 bears, 2 bags. With the tilde, you'd have a fat quarter left over. Now, in the Joel Dewberry, I love this. This is from the Atrium range. And again, look, so you've got those contrasts. That's the thing, that's the key to the bear, is having that contrasting fabric. And actually, that's going to look quite similar to the bear on the front of the booklet, isn't it? Yeah, not the yellow one, obviously, the other one. And you get all of that. in the kit. There it is, £22.45. So the different prices reflect obviously the fabric that you're getting with it. So it depends how designer you wish to be. But the lady behind the design, obviously our fabulous Jo Carter. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
I think he works remarkably well in blue.
I really like this combination.
Hey, 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 hey. I was telling yours now. We had two parties yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We had a teddy bear's picnic at school open day, and Freddie said to me, "Mummy, I want to take a blue bear." Slight issue. We don't actually have a blue bear.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
The great kids that do that too.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for that. So we had to try and hope that he'd forget that. But this would have been perfect if only I'd known. But actually, you said he wasn't born until 8 o'clock last night, this bear.
He wasn't completely finished until then, no.
I just think he's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. And you know what I was saying about having these lovely larger prints with the tilde? You really get to appreciate it. Now, was this born out of the idea that, because your boys have got quilts, haven't they, for all their creatures?
They have. They're very well looked after bears and teddies in our house.
And was that how this idea came about, that Teddy should have a bag?
I think I like... Who doesn't like accessories?
Bears, everything. Absolutely. Bears should be able to accessorise.
And if it's getting too much for them, be able to retreat into a bag somewhere.
Well, I just think, actually, because, you know, when Freddie takes his stuff somewhere, you know, say he's going to Grandma and Barry's house, then actually to be able to put it in a bag rather than drag it around everywhere,
yes.
Perfect. You know, maybe you're going on a flight and, you know, you want to take it with you, but you don't want to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Pop it in the bag, and then you see that just stays on the wrist.
And you've got some other important bits and pieces that they might want as well.
There is room for other important paraphernalia.
Yes.
Yes. Like stones or something at my son at the moment.
Yes, I always seem to have stones at the bottom of my bag. Special ones.
Special ones.
Ones.
Mummy, have you seen my pet stone? Because clearly 4 dogs, 2 cats and 3 horses wasn't enough. Got to have a stone as well.
You've got to have a stone as well.
Yeah.
At the minute, it's sea glass for us.
Oh, gosh.
On a beach, if they find some glass, that ends up in my bag.
Beautiful. Just to weigh it down even more. We love it. Now, how are we going to make this little chap? He's super fine.
Work from the top down? Should we?
Yeah.
Do you think that would work?
We're going in the blue, aren't we? We're sticking with the blue.
We are.
So if you want the blue kit, it's just on your screen, £28.45. Now, the best way that I can describe this is a fat quarter per project. So whether you want to mix and match which colours, you can absolutely do that. But you've got enough to make 5 projects out of your 5 fat quarters.
Yes.
That might be 3 bears, 2 bags. Might just be 5 bears and forget the bags. But he does look super cute in his bag.
So I've made, out of my bundle, I've made this one, I've cut another one out as well, ready to go, and I have that fat quarter left over. And also, not quite, maybe a third or a quarter of the other fat quarters left as well. So there definitely...
There's plenty.
Yes.
There is plenty. That's what we like. That's what we like.
And you don't even have to limit it to 2 fabrics if you wanted. You could use cut
Bits
pieces.
of all of them.
You could.
So he could be a proper patchwork bear.
He could.
Oh, look! Oh, he's got a bit of the picnic fabric on his foot.
Normally, when I do the feet, I machine straight stitch around the applique heart. But somebody last time sent in a picture of the bear they've made, and it was fab with it blanket stitched. So this time I thought, well, for that one, I'll blanket stitch the heart.
I love this. So our viewers actually inspired you?
Yes.
Thank you. A clever lot up there. Clever lot out there. Clever lot in here. It's all going on. So, starting from the top down, ears.
Right, the back earpiece is smaller than the front ear. So when they are sewn together, you get this effect, this extra fabric bulging up here. But when I do the ear, that will create the fold in the ear later.
Ah, which gives him that cute ear fold.
Yes, just makes them a bit... I mean, actually, and having one piece that's slightly bigger, because they are small pieces, it makes it just that bit easier to handle as well. Because it is...
Twofold reasoning.
Yes.
I like it. Do you know what? Don't be afraid, because this is what you're getting in your kit. So you get the full instructions. Here it is. So as you can see, we're starting with the ear. ear, just there, right ear, there it is. And then we'll move on, but real good full instructions, step by step, nothing to be afraid of. These are your instructions, aren't they, Joe?
They are.
Yeah, and then you get the bag instructions, and there's Joe down the bottom, and then you get the templates for all the body parts. Do they include the seam allowance?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. We like this. So just sew around those ears.
And I stop every couple of stitches. I'll stop and with the needle down and pivot take it really slowly because it's a curve and it's small. A couple of stitches, pivot round, couple more. Because there's only 2 of these ears, so it doesn't matter if they take a while.
No, it's
to stitch the curve. Just going to.
But it is just worth taking your time, isn't it?
Yes. Just alter the stitch length on that for next time.
And then trim them off.
And then just clip V-shaped notches around this curve here just to remove some of the bulk, help it turn.
Now, what if I went in with my pinking shears?
You could do that. If you.
That's okay to do?
Yes, if you cut them out with pinking shears, you remove some of the bulk anyway. So.
Yeah. So it's just about removing that bulk. Oh, lots of great photos of your bears, of people who have already made the bear in the bag. If we have time, we're going to show some. But thank you ever so much. We'll show them to Joe anyway, but if we get a chance, we'll show them to everybody else as well. Because we love this, don't we?
Yes.
Because it shows that you're getting them, you're making them, you're enjoying them, and that's the whole point. That's the only reason we're here, is for you to be able to make beautiful things and enjoy it.
It is. It's really nice to see pictures and know that they're being made. So
There's a plenty.
I've clipped the V-shaped notches, so I'll turn it the right way out. Lick a finger in there just to push out the seam. And then we want the front to be the same width as the back, so just put that little fold in so that they're the same width. And when you do the other one, you want the fold going the other way so that they're mirror images. Otherwise, they won't look right on either side of the head.
Okay, so just take a moment to work that out.
So, and I once I've pop the fold in, I just based across just to hold it in place.
There we go. So and that will give you that effect on the ears. Gorgeous ears. Karen's messaged in. Good morning, Karen. She's thinking of making one of these for her friend for her birthday. Do it. Do it. I guess you could put lavender in them and all sorts, couldn't you?
You could.
If you're not going to wash them, then do. There's a thread. Just
I'd
a
left
thread.
it.
Yeah. Look at him. Let's give him a spin. Let's give him a twirl. Karen, I think that anybody who received one of these would be absolutely thrilled. Oh, she'd like one with lavender in. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a thought,
really
isn't
nice.
it? If they're not going to kids, then you can, can't you? Because they're less likely to get dragged around through the mud and have stones added to the bags.
Yes.
Or other things, other exciting
special things.
Yeah.
So I've done the ears there, and they're folded in different directions. So if you put them that way, you can see one goes one way, one goes the other.
You are absolute queen of putting that little bit of detail in, and I love this about your work.
I'm all about details.
I know you are, but that's what makes them so special.
Also, if you're going to put lavender in, I would suggest putting it in a separate bag, just a bit of lining fabric, so it's enclosed, not loose in with the filling, just in case.
Okay.
A seam comes undone. You don't want bits of lavender everywhere.
Okay. All right, maybe
That
like a little organza bag or something, and pop it in.
Little pouch with it in.
Yeah. Nice.
Right, so the ears are done. I'll pop those over there, and the face fits together. I'm going to sew each side on these seams here.
Now, you see, lots of these projects I look at and think, yeah, no, I could just make a pattern of that myself. Toys, no. Just no. My brain does not work in 3D like yours. I would not have looked at those and thought that those pieces went together. Like, just no. But they do.
They do.
So you start with stitching. So we've got that centre piece there. And we're going to start stitching around to give the shape of the snout. Oh, he's shy. He's shy. He's going to look gorgeous in any colour, though. That's the thing. Let's put him back to bed. Go on, Bear, it's early yet. Get back into bed. Were your boys up this morning before we came to air?
I don't know. I've been away, so I've not spoken
Have you missed
to
Sports Day?
Sports Day's on Monday.
Are you missing Sports Day?
I might be.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good job. I mean, what a shame.
It does go on for a very long time,
It does.
Sports Day.
Yeah, it'll probably still be going on Tuesday when you get back.
Well, yes, I have an infant and a junior, so I'm only missing one. My husband has the honour.
Has the pleasure.
Yes.
Has the absolute pleasure. Will there be a parent race?
There will be.
Do you get competitive and take your trainers?
No, but you know, as soon as you get there, you know the parents that are entering that race because they have come in sports gear, leggings and trainers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, properly donned with a.
It's hotly contested, as is the teachers' race.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So I've stitched this side on.
Yes.
I do the other one. I like to have the middle face on top each time. It does mean that from one seam you're going from the nose to the back and the other you're going from the back to the nose. And it's whichever you find personally preferable, but I like to have the middle head on top just so I definitely finish at the point of the nose.
Oh, so at the point of snout.
Yes.
As I'll be calling it from now on. Point of snout. Let me show you some other colours, because, they're rather gorgeous. The blue we've been looking at. So there's your blue. Looking all rather gorgeous, and you get all of those. And lots of tilt left over with these as well. If you want to have there's your blue. 28.45, you get your stuffing, you get your thread for the nose and the face, you get your full instructions for the bear and the bag. 5 fat quarters, all in, perfect. This is working out at, say you made 5 bears, which you could, then we're looking at less than £6 a bear. Under £6 a bear, nice. The green. Here they are, nice. Da, 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 da. Oh, you see, that's got to be a bag. It's got to be a bag. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning fabrics there. 28.45. That's your green. So they're your green ones. Nice. And then, the teal. I can't decide which one's my favourite. Oh, is it teal? Producer Hannah's. She's committed. Teal is her favourite. You see, teal is normally my favourite out of this Tilda Circus range, but I'm loving the bear in the blue. I'm not going to lie. Beautiful. There's your teal. But then you see the red. So actually, that's your teal pack. Here's your red. Now, you see, I love the red because you also get this one, which will mix in with all of your other Tildas.
Oh,
anything else. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? But then you get that striking red. And then you get the clown flower. And you get your forget-me-not. And, look at that, you get that one. And there's the pack. £27.95 for this one. I have no idea why that's a pound cheaper, but there we go. It is. Let's make the most of that.
Yes.
Apparently these things happen. There you go, make the most of it. Well. Who knows? A slight glitch in the system. It's Sunday, there's no management in. Make the most of it. I didn't say that.
No.
If anyone's watching back on YouTube.
That.
La. So we've done the face.
Stitched either side, and in the top of the middle face, there is a little dart there. So I'm just going to put the sides together and then stitch down and just taper the end slightly, just so you get a smooth sort of forehead on the bear.
So this is like in dressmaking, you put a dart into shape, don't you?
Yes.
So this is so that he doesn't have a flat head. Nobody likes a flat head. Boy, flathead. It's not going to be nice to say that to your bear, so don't, because he's going to have a nice rounded head. There he is. So it's that little, can you see that little bit there? That is giving him that lovely domed head. He does have a particularly well-shaped head. Pleasing.
Yes, I do like... And only the 3 pieces as well. I like to get shape in there with as few pieces as possible.
Yeah, no, we do too. We're very grateful for that. Look at him. He's just gorgeous. Did your boys have bear envy? Have they seen? Oh no, they haven't seen this one, have they?
No, but I have had a message to say they've been into my sewing room and seen what
you're not there.
What they'd like. Yes, while I'm not there. I found this and it's not quite finished, but can I have it? Sure.
I found Freddie in my sewing room the other day, unguarded, at the sewing machine.
Oh.
With it switched on, pressing buttons! I'm working, Mummy. You just have that moment, don't you?
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Trying to keep the panic out of your voice.
Yeah. Well, he'd switched, because it was all switched off. You know, I leave it all turned off, but he'd found all of the switches, all of the buttons, in a matter of a minute.
Yes, they have.
They're quick, aren't they?
They're really quick.
Yeah, sneaky.
Right, I'm basting the ears now.
Yes.
The front of the ears to the right side of the bear's face.
Which way does your pleat in the ear need to face? Is there a right or a wrong way?
Facing downwards.
Facing
So
downwards,
you've got the
right.
fold at the top of the ear.
Okay.
And
And
there are
basing
markers.
within that seam allowance?
Within the seam allowance, then you don't have to remove the stitches.
Okay, perfect.
Because with small things, you could pin them, but with small things, pins get in the way really easily. And also, if pins can be avoided in toys when you're making them, that's helpful, just in case you leave one behind.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Which is unlikely, but...
Now, June, I'm afraid you can't buy the pattern by itself. It comes as part of the bundle. So if you pick your favourite fabric and go for it. Even if you've got another fabric that you want to make it out of, you can always keep the fabric for another day. You know, it's gorgeous.
So, and in the pattern, actually, it says to close this seam. But having made a few of them now, it's easier, actually, if you don't close it just yet.
Okay.
So I'll put the back of the head on first, and then we'll close that as the last thing. So the ears are basted on, and the back head pieces, this is the way I do it, which is not necessarily the way all bears are made. Often a head...
Not all bears are created equal.
No. Often a body is made and then a head is made, and they are sewn together. The closing seam is attaching the head, so they're stuffed separately and then attached around the neck.
Yes.
I like a head to be firmly attached. I don't like any risk.
No, because there would be tears. Could you imagine the tears if the head dropped off your teddy? It's not good. Okay, so to get around this, you've devised a different way of doing it.
Yes. When I make a toy, I put the back head pieces one on top of the other, and then I sew a short seam along the back.
Is that then sort of the same length as the dart?
Yes, it can. I mean, it can go to almost halfway. I've just joined those like that. So we've got this bottom bit open, and then I finger press this open, and I line up this top seam with the dart in the middle of this bear's head, and sew from there down either side. And I do it in 2 goes to make sure it's on it evenly. So I've lined up the seams, and it's easier to just sew 2 shallower curves than it is to go all the way round and keep it all lined up.
These are the top tips. These are the bits that give us that great finish. That give us this. Here he is, in all his glory. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Woohoo! Maybe shy bear, bashful bear. I just think he's gorgeous. So this is him in blue. Details over there. And if you would love him in the green, details down there. We'll give you all of the different details in a moment. So all the way down each of those sides. I like that you do this from the centre down.
I just find it easier, and to make sure it's on straight. So those seams line up in the centre, and that's one side done.
Aha.
So I'll do the same for the other now.
Do you know, I realise how many shows I've done with you now. When I came to make Freddie a Tilda monkey, because obviously I had to bring the Tilda monkey that I'd made in for the shows, which caused upset, I'm not going to lie. So I promised him his own Tilda monkey, which I did then make him. But yeah, I found myself doing it your way, because that's easier. I like it.
Always done it like this because I do just find it suits. But you don't have to do it that way by any means. A lot of sewing, I think, is just finding the way that suits you and the method you're comfortable with, because there's never really a definitive and set way of doing things.
No, it's entirely up to you, isn't it? So how much time? It's one of these things. You could sit down and make this in an afternoon. This is an afternoon project.
Yes.
I like to think of. If you're new, is this okay to do if you're quite new to sewing?
It's not difficult as such. It's fiddly because it's small.
Right.
So I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner, really. I think it's more...
For the first project, no. But
no.
if you've done a couple of little things and you're confident to give a small circle a go,
yes.
take your time. But that's the only way, isn't it, that you're going to get better, is actually by doing it.
And challenging yourself as well. So the back head's joined on, so I'm just going to close from nose down to neck.
Can I show this? Just, here we go. So we can see, oh, there's his other ear. So you can see where we're at. There. Now what are we doing?
I'm going to close the front of the face, the lower front, so nose to neck.
Down here, this line down here. His gullet.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I'll pop the head to one side and start on the body.
Excellent. I think he's gorgeous in patchwork. And actually, this is probably one of the most subtle patchworks that we've done him in, because the colours are exactly the same. I did have to do kind of a double take and go, oh, have you used contrasting patterns?
Yes,
and you have.
They do work really well together. They're different when you look at them, but actually small pieces like that, it is more subtle, the contrast between the two.
Because he's got a big flower on his cheek there. Oh, we've got a question from Linda regarding the bear.
Okay.
Could you please tell me how wide the seam is on the dart at the top of the head?
Start at the top. Where the dart joins, you want to leave the seam allowance, so 1/4 inch, 5 or 6 millimetres, and then just taper it down. I finished, the dart's only small, but I finished quite far beyond it. I mean, it doesn't, as long as it's quite fine, it doesn't matter how far down you finish it, because it'll only be a very thin.
So start at 1/4 inch.
Start at 1/4 inch and taper in.
Does that help? Hope so.
So there we go. I'll turn it the other way around so we can see this. It's a head.
It's the big reveal.
The big reveal. There we go. So there's the head. Ready to go.
He looks like he could be a badger like that, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah. Maybe that's another project. Badger bear. Oh, now let's have a look at the teal bundle, because this is very, very popular, your teal. Oh, you see the teal's going to look gorgeous again, isn't it?
It will.
So that is your teal, 28.45. You get the 5 tilde fat quarters, so we're talking designer fabric, and your instructions. There's a whole booklet of instructions, and thread for the nose, embroidery thread for the nose, and all your stuffing. So you are good to go. Just add time and a pair of scissors.
That's it.
And off you go. Perfect. Oh, I do love him. Right, next up is...
Because it's a small bear, I've tried to remove some seams from it to make them easy to handle.
Right.
So this, I know it doesn't look like an arm piece, and I have had people contact me in the past to say, I don't get how the arm fits on, and because it's not a standard fitting.
Okay.
But this section joins with this cutout in the body, and it's the seam allowance that matches. You look, well, this bit seems much shorter than this bit. How can it, this section's bigger than that? How can it fit together? It's the seam allowance that fits.
Right, I'm with you.
So this is a front arm.
Yeah.
This area is the front of the arm. So I'm going to sew down along there, pause with my needle down through the fabric, pivot to there, again pause with my needle down through the fabric and pivot again for the last section up there, and that's how the arm fits. This
sums up 3D bear making for me, is that I look at pieces and think, how on earth do they ever fit together? But you just have to have the faith.
Yes.
Jo has done this. She knows what she's talking about. Let me find it in the instructions, and then you can watch back the show. Oh, here, look, it's really, really clear. So yeah, I mean, Joan wrote the instructions. Of course, they're clear. So look, we've done the face. That's the face bit that we've done there, and they talked about doing the slit there. And now here, look. So down there, pivot, sew, pivot, slow, slow, sew. So slow.
So slow is good advice.
Yeah, there we go. And then you see, look, then your arms are in. Now the instructions come with it, so you're not just left guessing. Thank goodness. Really clear. Over half of the blue gone. Blue bear's gone. So over half of him gone. I don't know which half.
So it does, and because they're straight lines, that makes it easier as well. So you can pivot with the needle down. So that's how it fits on, and then it folds over.
So you sew down, pivot, sew across, pivot, sew up, and that's then how that fits together. Nice, because then you've got your arm, and that will be your arm.
So the arm, instead of being two pieces, is one piece, and the same with the side body and the back body are all one piece as well, just to eliminate seams down here because it's fiddly. It's fiddly, but that helps make this a project for more people, doesn't it? At more skill levels. Often I'll design a pattern and think, okay, I'm happy with that. Now I'll look at it again. How do I make it easier? Yes, how do I remove as much fiddle factor as possible? The fiddle factor. The fiddle factor. I've never heard it called that. I like that. We're removing the fiddle factor here at Sewing Quarter. So down, stop. Needle down. Needle down. Pivot. Adjust. Okay. Stitch. Oh, that last stitch. It's a vital stitch though, isn't it? And then pivot again. And you're starting to get the shape. That's what I'm noticing. You can start to see this shaping just already starting to happen. Are you going backwards and forwards? Yes, always backwards and forwards. Always backwards and forwards, okay. So there we have the body piece. And you can join them at the front, or I like to work with a bigger piece. So I'll join them along the stomach and then fold the arms over and close the arms. So I'll do that quickly. So this is, we're now going down the tummy here. Here it is. Yay! If you have, I know that a lot of you have got lots of questions. If we can't answer them all this hour, just email them and we will get back to you on them. So just, if you'd like to email, it's studio@sewingquarter.com. Yes. Yes. Which is that on the, if I give you the email address, then it's easier because on the message to studio box, it's got limited characters. It's like a tweet, you know, you can only do so many letters. And so if you've got more that you want to say, then just email, which is studio@sewingquarter.com. Yay! Okay. Same if you want to send in pictures. Pictures come in via the email as well. So that's the upper body. Right. So I'm going to bring the arms together now. Mm-hmm. Fold this fabric out of the way, so that they meet at the top, and then sew down the arm, around the hand, and taper again. But if you don't taper too much, it doesn't matter, because this, if it finishes at a bit of a corner, it doesn't matter, because that sort of falls where the elbow would be. Oh, okay. So you'd have a corner there anyway. So that's all right. He can have an elbow. He can have an elbow. And so you start right at the top of that seam? I mean, you could start at the bottom and work round, whichever way you prefer. But I like to open the seams out as well, line them up, and then start. So actually, once the pieces are cut out, he does come together remarkably quickly. He does. I'm chasing the pedal. I'm going to have to see if Come on, pedal. Come back here. I've kicked it right. It does creep, doesn't it? Right underneath the desk. I'm going to give him a yank. Come back, pedal. Sorry about that. So forwards and back, always that holding stitch. Just to anchor it, and I'm just going to make sure they're held in place. Yeah, because you don't want any stuffing coming out, do you? You don't. No. What's the favourite thing that you've made for us? Because you've made us quite a lot now. I was looking on the bookshelves with all your makes on, and actually, we've had penguins, we've had rabbits, big-eared bunny, haven't we? What else have we had? We've had unicorns from you.
All sorts of things.
There have been a lot. I change my answer to that, not deliberately to be awkward, but it depends what mood I'm in, really. I really enjoyed making the doggy draft excluder because it was a design, it was a challenge.
Right.
And can you make something with this charm pack?
Yes.
And at first I thought, I'm not sure I can. But then with a bit of thought and some sketching, so I really enjoy the design aspect. Yes, I enjoy that. But then catch me on a different day. And
you might say something different. Yeah. We're very lucky to have you designing things for us. Now, at the moment, we're sewing along the arms. So the seam up to there is what Jo is putting right sides together, and then she's starting from this point and sewing down, around, and then tapering up to the other. So if you can see there, the stitching stops there. That's where the tapering finished, and then that's left without any seam. So even if you don't taper all the way, it doesn't matter, because like Jo said, then you'll get that elbow effect anyway. Hey. Right, whilst you do that arm, I'm going to have a look at all the different colours. They're all mine. Whoa. So the blue that we're working from, there it is. And let me show you all these different fabrics in detail. Now remember, with each of these, you're going to get the thread and the stuffing and the instructions. But I know that what you always want to see is the fabric that it's going to be made of. The stuffing, great, and the thread, great, instructions, great. It's about the fabric, isn't it? Let's have a look then at, which one would we like to start with? We've got the blue. Oh, okay, here we go. So if you're after the blue, please do check out your baskets, because it's getting particularly limited. But that's how it's going to come to you, and that's how it's coming to you, and these are your fabrics within there. So really uber gorgeous. I love that one. Imagine your bear out of that. And then maybe you'd do the other half of him in that. And then his bag in that. But then you see, decisions, because then you've also got that rather gorgeous one. So the decisions are yours. Today we've made him out of that one and that one. So you see you've got the same base colourways, and then it's just whether or not you've got the larger pattern or the smaller pattern. They are particularly gorgeous. Now, coming with it as well, of course, you're going to have instructions, all your instructions in the booklet, really clear for the bear and for the bag, and your thread comes with each one, and the wadding as well. So, well, it's toy stuffing. Whole bag of that as well. So those come with each of the kits. There we go. That we know. Let's have a look at the teal. This is how it comes to you. And here's the details. So you're going to get this. Love this. You're going to get the forget-me-not. It's lovely, isn't it? That's got to be a bear fabric, surely. And then you get your first kiss. You get your picnic. And you get your clown flower. All in there. Beautiful. And of course, your, everything else that you need, all the stuffing, instructions, everything else. $28.45 for that. GAGC 85. Now, multiple bears. This is the joy of it. It's multiple bears. This isn't just making one. We put aside one project per fat quarter. So that could be 5 bears, or it could be 2 bears and 2 bags and a fat quarter left over. But that's the allowance of material needed for each. So this is your green here. That's your first kiss. Your clown flower. There you go. There's your... Is that the rose? I can't remember which way around it is. There are your elephants. Love the elephants. That's your circus. And then your forget-me-not there. Really beautiful. You see, I would put those two to make my bear and have that contrast. But however you want it, $28.45 for that. JQGC 73. And that's your bundle. That's everything that you're getting. Fantastic. Gorgeous fresh green. Gorgeous. Now the red. Now this one did slip through the net for some reason. I think we've had a little typo. 27, it's £1 less. Don't know why, but there's no one here to correct it. So you've got a saving on this one. There's your red. This is what you're getting. There we go. And then that one. Yeah, well, it's lovely, that one, isn't it? But then you see, look, I love that forget-me-not. Beautiful. That's your red bundle. And if you're getting that, a cheeky bonus of £1 off. We don't know why. I think it's just a typo. Management aren't in to correct it. So, yeah, happy days. There we go. £27.95. That's what happens on a weekend. Hooray! Hooray! Now, we've got 2 other options for you as well. Again, you're going to get all of your instructions, thread, stuffing, everything else that you need. Now, you know I said that it takes 1 fat quarter per project. What you're getting here is by the ½ metre. So that's 2 fat quarters. So it's effectively 2 fat quarters in your nautical fabric. So you see, that would be 1 fat quarter. That's the size of 1 fat quarter. So because we've given you a ½ metre of it, that's 2 bears, or a bear and a matching bag. So that's how we've done these bundles for you. So just something a little bit different. So you can make 2 bears in 2 bags, and you'll just have your scraps left over. But this is your contrasting fabric. So perfect for a seaside bear. Maybe this is a bear to take on holiday with you. But I love that red. Really gorgeous. But you get plenty. But the price difference is $20.45. That's the price. And that's not the price difference. It's a different price. Sorry. I should have made that really clear. There you go. That's what's coming in your bundle. Still getting the instructions, still getting the threads, still getting the toy stuffing, all of that. It's just a different way of doing it. Options. We like to give you options. And this is your last option. This is Joel Dewberry. This is from the Atrium range. I rather love this. This is a bit like the original designs for the bears. Love it. Beautiful. So if you want to grab him in that, I think he's going to look gorgeous in that. Then $22.45, ½ metre, ½ metre. That will make 2 bears in 2 bags. Perfect. SEGC21. Of course, you're also going to get your stuffing, your thread, and your instructions. It's all in there. We love it. Now, of course, we keep talking about this bag. This is the bag that you make.
Yes.
And actually, you can really see, can't you? You can see that gorgeous. I'm so pleased that you made the bag out of this one, because you can really see the gorgeous. You can really see the gorgeous print.
There's so much detail. I keep seeing something new in it every time I look at that fabric.
It is. It's one of those, isn't it? I love the fact that he comes in a little bag. You can put a snack in there as well. Bear in a bag with snack. Perfect.
Absolutely. I'll never, never say no to a snack.
No. But also, when you get to know how to make the bag, you can scale it up if you want to make a boot bag or, a swim bag or anything like that. Perfect.
Well, I've made this exact pattern, but shrunk it down to keep playing cards in.
Oh, nice. So, great idea. For the family holiday.
Yes.
Nice. Good idea. I've got a question from Caroline.
Okay.
She was making the bear last night, as it happens, as were you.
Yes.
She got stuck.
Okay.
As to which seam is the tummy.
And which?
Is it the notched side?
Let's have a look. Is it on this page? There we go. This is the tummy with the leg. The tummy side is a bit more of a curve, but it also has these markers here. So it's the notched side, because that's where the leg fits.
Okay. We'll get that. Here we go. Where are we going for this? How can I best show it? There we go. So, let me just reiterate. That is your tummy. And that's where your... Oh, it says leg. That's where your leg fits in. So that's the tummy, the curve. Think of him as having a bit of a pot belly.
Yes.
He's had too much honey.
Just a little bit too much.
Yeah. A cuddly amount.
Yes.
There you go. I hope that helped. Hooray.
Okay.
Next up.
So I folded the arms over and stitched around the arms, and then just notched the curve around the hand area just to remove a bit of the bulk.
And that's just taking out bulk, isn't it? That's all that's doing. So there we have his arms. There's his belly. You can see, there you go, you can see exactly, there's the curve of the belly, stitched down there, which means that the legs are going to go in there somewhere. Oh, look, you've marked off.
Yes, the marker.
I can see already a little marker ready for the leg. Is that what goes in next?
Yes, I'm going to do the legs next. I've made one leg already, but again, the leg, if you look at it like this...
It looks like a boot.
That is a foot, but I've joined them together to try and take out some of the seams, make it that bit easier.
Perfect.
And also, actually, having this shallower curve is that bit easier for adding the foot. So I start at the back here, line up the marker at the centre bottom of the foot, and sew all the way round until I'm back there.
The centre bottom of the foot.
Centre bottom.
Right.
And I have added, before I've done this, I've added the applique heart
Oh, nice.
on here, which you don't have to include if you don't want to, or I've straight stitched this twice round machine stitching, but that one was blanket stitched by hand.
Hang on, let me show it you, blanket stitched. And this was an idea that came to you after one of our viewers sewed theirs.
Yes.
There, let me get the right foot. Oh, either way, it's gorgeous.
But I think it really does make it stand out.
It's entirely up to you how you wish to do it. Caroline says thank you for that.
Oh,
I think that helps.
Very welcome.
There you go. Naomi. Hello, Naomi. She's got a great idea. She's thinking of quilting that bag.
Oh, that would be good.
So it's like a little sleeping
it
bag
would be a little
for the bear.
sleeping bag.
Nice. I love how these bears are getting some really cosy. They're going to end up lined, quilted, everything at the moment. And actually, these bears are going to get a better night's sleep than we do at this rate.
They're quite
amazing.
spoiled, aren't they?
They
these
are
bears?
really spoiled. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
So because it's quite a small curved shape, I will stitch a few stitches and then just reposition. And if you've got a guide on your foot, follow the piece underneath, the leg piece.
Right.
And bring the foot piece, the oval, around to meet it.
Because that's the thing, and you can just see coming up here, it's starting to shape as we get that. But that oval is now attaching onto the base of the foot. So what we're effectively stitching is this bit here. So you can see that oval, that's what's being stitched. So we've started there and just stitching. And as Jo goes, what she's doing, because you've got that oval there, is she's got this bit as her base. So as she's stitching, she's just moving that around as she goes. And so it's not too tight. And then she'll get back to that point there.
So the bottom of the foot is on the leg, and now this at the front is just a funny shaped dart. So bring the edges together and sew from the top down and taper the end as much as possible, because you do get quite close to the seam with the foot.
But it's nice because it's all attached. You're not having to work with two separate pieces. So I like how that's done.
It just makes it that little bit easier and more manageable. And the legs, they're not pre-stuffed before they go into the bear's body, because that, again, you've got quite small seams to make, and you just don't want the bulk there, trying to manoeuvre around the legs. So actually, now that that's closed, I'm going to sew the back of the leg together, but not down to the bottom, just for about 4 centimetres up here, and leave this bit open.
Right.
Because when they're sealed into the body, you can stuff them at the end through that opening.
Ah, okay.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. And we can see that on the leg that's already made. So we've sewn, and this is what Jo's doing now, from that top down to there, and then you've just got the heel, which when turned the right way around, you're going to be able to just stuff in through the heel. But it's going to make it much easier, isn't it, when you're sewing the body up, not having two great big stuffed feet.
Yes, it's just very chunky in the seam. I think it would actually be almost impossible to do. So at the end, there are 3. You need to close it by hand in 3 places. So along the back and each foot. But
so just so you know, says Producer Hannah, just so we know what Producer Hannah. Oh, the blue bear if everybody checks out their baskets, we would only have 4 Blue Bear bundles remaining. So if you are after a Blue Bear, please check out your basket, because it's getting to that stage where we can't guarantee your order with only 4 remaining. So please do check out your baskets. You can check out throughout the day as many times as you like. We will only charge you 1 P&P. So don't worry about that. One less thing to worry about. Teal graphics down along the bottom there. Teal also incredibly popular. There it is. Utterly gorgeous. That's what the bundle looks like. $28.45. Nice. Okay. Good feet.
For the top of the leg, this is the foot, but the top end, you want to bring the seams at the front and the back together so that the sides fold now. So if you can see, they're the 2 seams together in the middle. And then I'm just going to base these closed just to hold them together and level.
Excellent.
And then from there, I will base this. This is the unappliqued one, so I'll put it on this side, but it doesn't matter, really, which side it goes on.
Oh, hang on. Can we just
Sorry.
let's just see this again.
So the front of the leg, so the toes, to the right side of the body, and there are markers on the pattern piece as we saw.
This is all in your instructions as well. Here we go. So they're in your instructions, and let me just spin that around. You can, oh, hang on.
Should I baste it on?
Yeah.
Show.
So this is it. So feet face into the body, and there's that heel piece left open, so you can stuff through there, baste them on. Really clear instructions. Really clear. I like it a lot. 1 leg based.
So 1 leg basted on, and that was tried to disappear, and I'll baste the top closed again.
Is it just it's added extra security?
It does,
and making sure it doesn't wriggle around.
And just in case when you finish, you think it's caught perfectly at the top, and then at the back, a bit of the seam has come, or it's shifted and come down. You've got a little hole.
Because these bears wriggle.
They do. It's
bears.
fiddly, and anything to reduce, anything to safeguarding against it. So again, front of the foot against the right side of the body.
Like he's doing the can-can.
Like he's doing the can-can.
High kicking.
And I'll base that one on in between the markers. And then when this is done, we've got the main sections of the body ready to join up. Let's get rid of those threads. So if we turn the arms this way as well.
I love how this comes to life. It's mesmerising, isn't it? Just, oh.
There we go. So that's the front of the body.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attach the head. And because the back's left open, I can sew the head straight across.
Now, this
there.
is what we were talking about earlier. So in some patterns, it'll tell you to sew the head down the back of the seam and then hand stitch the head onto the body. Jo likes that head to be securely on. This head is not coming off. Oh, no. So Jo does her designs so that you stitch that head onto the body and then stuff afterwards, don't you? And so you'll have the back of the head to stitch up, some of the back of the body to stitch up.
Well, I'll stitch the back of the head. I'll leave an opening in the back. So right at the end, I'll go back, close the remaining back of the head up.
Oh, okay.
So that's all sealed.
Oh, so you'll just have the back of each leg
and the back
of the body. Perfect. There we go. But we've only got 2 minutes left.
Have we only got 2? Right.
Yes.
So once this is joined on, I won't even go backwards and forwards there. I'll just do it quickly. Head's on. Then it's the base.
Mm-hmm.
The base, again, it's not so tricky because these aren't stuffed, but if you get to just beyond the legs and think, I can't get around this last bit, leave your opening there, close the entire back, and then close on the base if that is
So as
easier.
long as you leave somewhere to close.
Yes.
Ah, now the tail.
The tail is hand stitched, so running stitch, again with the 1/4 inch, 5-6mm seam allowance.
Quite long stitches,
Quite
aren't
long
these?
stitches, and then just get to there. and then draw it up so it forms a sort of a cup. Pop stuffing in there.
Yes.
And fold these edges in.
Right.
And then hand sew to the back of the body.
Do you leave enough thread then?
Yes.
That you can go in one complete piece?
Yes. So I'll stuff it, fold the edges in, pull it tight, secure it, do a couple of locking stitches, and then sew it onto the back body. Nice. Go around twice.
Perfect.
Twice around the tail, just to make sure it's really secured.
Oh, Jo, I just think he's fab. I love him every time you bring him to air. He's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, please remember to check out your baskets to secure your order and make sure that you grab him. Check out the website for all the different colourways. It's underneath where you watch the show live. Blue bundle is about to sell out, so please make sure that you've checked out your baskets. If you're after him in blue, you get your instructions, you get your instructions, your stuffing, and also your thread to do the nose. Of course, it is making 5 bears if you wanted.
Yes.
Or 2 bears, 2 bags. And a fat quarter. Thank you. We'll see you in an hour for all about the quilting. We'll see you in just a minute because we're going to organise your pets. Stay with us.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
There are many different ways you can buy from us here at the Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom-cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step.
When you spend £10 on your first purchase, you will receive this free sewing kit from the Sewing Quarter worth £14.99.
Tune in on Thursday the 22nd of June when talented dressmaker Jennifer Taylor will be dropping in to share with us her sewing secrets. Jennifer's debut book, Girl with a Sewing Machine, is packed with tips, guides, inspiration on all things sewing. Following a successful launch last month, Jennifer returns to give Sewing Quarter viewers an exclusive look at her favourite projects from the book and plenty of advice on how to get more from your sewing machine. We'll also be giving you the chance to get your hands on a signed copy. So join us and the Girl with the Sewing Machine for a fun-filled technique tuning hour on Thursday the 22nd of June at 8 a.m. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love. Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter at Sewing Quarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air. By viewer demand, Jo Carter returns on Monday the 19th of June with her much-loved Panda Pop clamshell quilt. This unique mini quilt, complete with cheeky peeping pandas, is perfect for improving your technique and makes an incredible gift that'll last for generations. And what's more, Jo will be using some jaw-droppingly beautiful K-Facet pre-cut fabrics for that extra helping of wow factor. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve with our nifty kit, containing everything you need to take your quilting skills to the next level. See how it's done on Monday the 19th of June, 8 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Good morning, welcome to Sewing Quarter. A very happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Now, this hour, you've got me, Natasha McCarty, and I am joined by the very lovely Amanda, who's here to show us how to make a pet tidy. Yes. Now, the pattern that you get in this bundle, you've got options. You can either make the pet bundle, the pet tidy, which is what we're making there, or you can make a pet house, if you've got a dog that size, or you can make a bag. Whichever, it's entirely up to you. Or a cushion. There's your cushion down there. Let's not forget that. But we're going to make this pet tidy today. We're going to show you this in just one moment. Let me show you the bundles because they are uber cute. Now, I don't care whether it's a dog or a cat or a budgie. They come with paraphernalia. Hamsters as well. They've got a whole load of stuff as well. So let's have a look at everything that we're getting in this bundle. Pattern first off, so you can choose which it is that you would like to make. You get your iron-on interfacing. You're also going to get your Bondaweb because there is some applique in there should you wish. We're going to give you thread because we like you to be completely prepared. And here we go. You're going to get, here we go. You're going to get that, and then you've got the brown, so 1/2 metre of each, and then 1 metre of, look at this, or is it 1.5 metres of this? I can't remember. It's 1.5 metres of that gorgeous Dashwood Studios, Distant Dreams, and we've got that. And that, of course, working beautifully with your cat fabric and edged all gorgeously. It's just such a lovely bundle. This is the bundle here. That's everything they're getting. So there's what, hang on, there's 2.5 metres of fabric, I want to say there. Or is it 2? Yeah, 2.5 metres of fabric. And your interfacing, and your Bondaweb, and your pattern, and your thread. And your wadding as well. That's a massive bundle, $46.95. This is huge, absolutely huge. Do you want to see what it is that we're actually making? Shall I show you? Look at this. Look at that. Yeah. That is severely organised. You see, look. So these are all pockets. So maybe you want to put your nail trimmers in there. Some treats in there. All your certificates for all your dog training. That's happened too. You know, everything that you've got. Maybe, you know, some of these, if you've got a smaller dog, coats could be tucked into there. Your leads, harnesses. Oh, look at this down here. Lovely. All sorts of little bits and bobs that can go in there. This is, oh, I like that big pocket down the bottom. This is absolutely perfect for organising everything. Now, this is the dog bundle, and that's $41.95. So that, let me hang that up there. Stay there. Stay there. Sit. Stay. Right. Next bundle. Next up which is the one that is made out of. Let me move that to the side. You're going to get, this is the dog. That's your dog fabric. Fab. So look at that. Doesn't that go together? 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, 1.5 metres. So 2.5 metres in total with this. And then there's also your interfacing, your Bondaweb, and your pattern, and your thread. And, gosh, your wadding. It's huge. There is so much in there. So much in there. It's a massive, great big bundle. Huge. And then we've got a, we've got the cat one, we've got the dog one, and then we've given you something. So this might be actually, you know how we were saying earlier about the bag that we did, the tote bag, being perfect for a baby bundle. Imagine actually if you wanted this just in your laundry room, or if you wanted this as a baby organiser, hang it in your baby room, baby wipes, all those sorts of things. Because, you know, pets, kids, they come with paraphernalia. That's the fact of the matter. 1.5 metres of that one, 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre. There's your thread. This has got that lovely linen look to it on that one. And then you've got, there we go. That's printed on. It's not actual linen. It's printed on, so it's lovely and easy to work with. So that's £41.95 for your cream and fuchsia bundle. I'm loving this. And your wadding. Don't forget your wadding. Way! Amazing. Now, the lady behind the design today is our very lovely... Oh, really? Amanda. Hello. Mwah. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
We've had a costume change and everything.
Just a quick one.
Just 'cause you can. Now, how long did this take to make?
You can literally run it up in a couple of hours in a morning.
Really?
It's so simple, honestly. I was like, okay, fine. You spend more time, dare I say, at the iron than you do really sewing. It's just super, super easy.
Now, you see, I've got 4 dogs.
Okay.
It's a lot of dog in our house. There's a lot of dog. But they each have their own different needs. They each have their own requirements. Baxter's getting on a bit. She's got a few tablets that she has to have these days. So you can have tablets in there, some snacks. They all have different snack requirements. It's all in there.
Yeah.
Toenail clippers.
Toys.
Yeah, toys.
Collars.
Doggy do bags. It's all in there. It's all there ready to go. And actually, you came up with a wonderful idea because a lot of my dogs, they also do TV and film work.
Really?
Don't you know, darling? Is that actually, you said you could also fold it up and have it as kind of a travel.
Yeah.
So if you're taking them on holiday with you, and then put some ribbon on and tie it on one side.
Yep, just make it as a roll.
And then that's all of their needs done. And then just take your hanger with you. Whee! Which I thought was a fabulous idea. And then that's their packing done.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I was just amazed at how long it was when I sort of got the pattern out. I was like, whoa, this is serious.
But it is. That's why you've got 2.5 meters of fabric in this.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of fabric.
Loads. And there is, from this, if you are just making this, there is quite a bit left over because obviously you've got the 1.5 meters by the 112 centimeters wide. So this actually, if you're careful with your cutting, you can put it towards the salvage edges and then you've got a good wedge left down the centerpiece as well. So,
I like the way you think.
So, yep. Scrap busting and making utilisation of all our essentials. Love it, yeah.
So you can make the cushion as well.
Totally, yeah. Or the bone.
Yeah. Yeah, the bone cushion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Well, where do we start?
Right, so it literally is the pattern piece. Everything's printed out. So the back and the front, so it's going to be backlined through. So you take out your first piece. So
it's huge, isn't it?
I was like, whoa, okay. It has all your markings on for your pocket placements.
Right.
Okay. It's got the markings where if you want to put your applique on too.
I love that we have a pour applique
really
going on
but
there.
if you're into your applique, I think, because we were sort of saying, if you've got more than one pet, you can label them up. So it actually personalises them for them as well. So you could actually put their names on.
But you see also, if you were to do this, I mean, we were saying, especially in this colourway, would be perfect for a little girl's bedroom.
Yeah.
So you could put the name on and then you've got it as a bedroom tidy.
That's it. Hang it on the back of the door.
Yes.
Yeah, you could put it in your bathrooms, wherever.
Yeah. And actually also, or on the back of the bathroom door.
Back of the bathroom door, with inside your wardrobe as well. You could put all your your little belts and hair clips and things
jewellery,
like that.
So, anything like that.
Yeah.
It can all
good
go
jewellery
in.
roll, holiday roll.
Yes.
I need some holidays. I need a holiday.
You just come back from New York.
I know.
Time for another one, clearly.
Right. So, yeah, it's simple as simple is. The pocket pieces, then, there are, if I remind, but there's 9 pocket pieces.
Whoa.
Okay, so they're all numbered up. So you have 4, 5, there is a 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There is the option of putting a little placement of a number 3 at the top.
Right.
And the pattern asks for some perspex, but we decided it wasn't in the kit, so we actually omitted that one out. So.
Okay.
And I thought there was enough pockets on it anyway.
Okay, excellent. Now, if you want the dog, then that's the brown and cream down the bottom. So on the web it says dog, but we haven't got space on it, it's a dog. And the cream and fuchsia is the one that we're using here.
Okay, so in my bundle, obviously, we had these come through. So it's just a slight different colourway, but it is still working with this lovely print on the front. So you cut all your pocket pieces out, and then it asks to actually bind the top.
Okay.
So just literally cutting out.
Down pattern. Down pattern.
Wafting around.
It's our aircon.
we
It's
go.
actually that warm enough that actually, maybe we should turn that off for now. There we go.
So with any binding, just sort of see how wide, whatever width you want your binding to finish, just double it through. So
Okay.
we've done double binding. So these were 2-inch strips, and just literally went across the width of the fabric on a 2-inch strip. And again, with our binding like we did previously, just iron it in half and bring in the raw edges.
Now, does this need to be done on the bias, or can it be straight binding?
It can go straight on the, just go straight across the grain.
I'm going to go.
Fine. It's just because like we are just working with straight edges, so you're not going around corners, so it doesn't need to be cut on the bias at all.
Lovely. Okay, can you show us the pattern pieces? I'm just going to go and grab this colourway so that you can see the different colourway that we've got it in for you today. We've got a slight different colourway for you. Same pattern, but a different colourway. So this is the colourway that we've got for you. So you're going to have a brighter fuchsia pink and the taupe background. There we go, that's your woodland there. And then you've got that linen background there, linen effect there. So that's your cream and fuchsia. So if you're going for the cream and fuchsia, it's effectively this pattern, but just a slightly different colourway. That's the one that you'll be getting. Lovely.
Yeah.
Works in any colour.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you really can. I think, did we use this one in the bags, didn't we, earlier?
Yes.
So, yeah, you can just, like, mix and match wherever you like to. So, as I say, you've got all your pattern pieces, and on these, they have a series of different pleats. So, you'll be cutting your pattern, your pockets on the fold. All of them are actually on the fold of the fabric. So, again, utilisation of your fabric.
I'm glad you said that, because I was looking at it thinking, how is that going to stretch across there?
Yeah, it says whenever on your pattern markings, always look out for anything on a straight edge. If you've got the 2 little arrows with a straight line cutting on a centre fold.
And that's what that bit says there.
That's right.
I don't know if you can see. Can we see that? Is that? Yeah. Now, if you're after the dog one, look, it's even got dog. It's over there, and it says dog. We're getting there. And the bottom one should say cat, but it's being a bit tricky.
Right.
It doesn't want that's cats for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can train a dog, cat.
Mind of their own, yeah.
Forget it.
Mind of their own.
Have you got a dog or a cat?
Yes, I've got a dog.
What sort of dog have you got?
He's a thoroughbred mongrel.
Thoroughbred mongrel.
A thoroughbred
Nice.
mongrel, yeah. Wally. Wally in name, Wally in, nature.
Is that just so you can go, where's Wally?
Yeah, or he's Walter when he's naughty.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah, we had him from the dog's home, and they said you can change his name, but it just really suited him, so he's Wally Wyatt. And yeah, he's a bit mental, but...
Oh, is he big, small?
He's quite big, yeah. He's just got a bit of a leaf for a brain. He's sort of like, yeah, if somebody shuts a car door 3 doors down, 3 miles away, he'll bark, and yeah.
That's fair enough. He's protecting you.
He's lovely.
He loves his family and he's protecting you.
He's good.
So, which pocket are we going to look at?
Okay, so I've already sort of started attaching some of these, so I thought I'd take you through sort of like the processes of them. So once you've got your strips cut out, we then attach the top bindings. So if I take this one, it's the easiest. So we're just literally winding it round and top stitching through.
So you do all your binding first. So there's a lot of preparation for these, aren't there? You know, you cut them out, you bind them, and then you get ready to do the sewing.
And then we're ready to, then we're sort of like getting ready to go. Then, as I say, we've then got the pleats to put in.
Because this is the thing, these pockets, they're not flat pockets, that they've got
Lots of
this
room.
Yeah, they've got this down the side there, so that you can really fill them full.
Yeah, you've really got a good good space with them. So if you do take off your pattern pieces, either sort of mark in a corner the numbers of them, or I've just like popped little pieces of paper just to sort of remind me.
It's these little bits of organisation that make the difference that I'm getting used to, but it's just so that you know which bit's which.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can just sort of, I think because I was doing sort of the finished one and the demo one together, I was sort of like, right, I'll just sort of like pin these on, or you can just literally pin your pattern piece to them. So then on your, where the pocket markings are, rather sort of saving you sort of like going, how am I going to mark them through? What I literally did was put the pattern piece, you can either fold it in half, back in half again, lay your pattern on top, and where you've got the fold line and you've got a small dot coming to a larger dot for the pleats, just literally do a little nick on each of those lines.
Okay, so you've marked it. Look, there it is.
So you've just got those. It's just within the seam allowance.
Okay.
So just literally quarter of an inch.
That is showing. If I can just show on the pattern there. So where you've got the big circle and the small circle, nip.
Yep.
Okay.
Snip those through. So it's always the small circle that's going to come to the larger circle.
And is that how you read a pattern? Because reading a pattern is a whole different language.
Yeah.
But it is.
It may as well be.
It may as well be, yeah.
Read it in the Spanish.
So
I was trying to do this morning.
Yeah, you were trying to read it in Spanish, that's right. Oh, you know, she likes a challenge, does Amanda? You know,
I need to try and get fluent in English, never alone another language at the moment. But yeah, it'll sort of say, and it's self-explanatory in the instructions as well. So they are really clear, and it sort of takes you through each of the stages.
Let me show you these. Here we go. So already you started off here. You cut out your two pieces, sewed around them, pulled it through like you would bag out.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet, because you need to put your pockets on. You put your interfacing, which is in your pack.
Oh, the interfacing goes on first. Right.
Yeah. So fusible interfacing goes on. Okay, and then you start preparing your pockets. So the binding goes on the top.
Right.
Then you'd put your little slit lines in for your folds. So the one that's been on the small dot, so you can just keep referring back to your pattern, sort of, is it the inner or the outer? So just literally crease along the line of the small dot where it'll say fold line on your pattern. And then just pull that snip across to the next snip.
It's tiddly tiny, isn't it?
It's a skinny centimetre, a skinny 3/8, I would say that it ends up being. So with these, you can sort of finger press it in, but if you want it to be a little bit more controlled, then I would just press it through with the iron.
If you've got your best press spray, then you could always, I guess, starch it and help, couldn't you?
Yeah.
A little bit of that on. I'm getting the ironing thing out. Did you want to iron?
Yes, please.
Or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have prepared all these. It's the most ironing I ever do. I don't know.
We're going to go and have a look at all of these different bundles in just 1 second, because I know a lot of you want to know which ones. And then you can see which one looks like your cat or dog. Of course, if you've got multiple dogs or cats, then, you know, it might be that you just...
Whatever menagerie you have.
Yeah. And on my word, have we got a menagerie. Now then, let's pop that there and make some space for you to iron over there. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave you with that to iron in your pleat. And I'm going to come over here, take this with me. Here we go. Start with the dogs. Oh, now the dogs have got sort of a duck-eggy background. That was descriptive, wasn't it? Duck-eggy background. Again, this is a great craft weight material here. You're getting 1/2 metre. All those dogs. Oh, this is a bit like my house, isn't it, with all those dogs? There we go. There they are. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Friendly. It's sausage dog-tastic, isn't it? So, of course, you don't have to make the organiser. You've got a dog bed, you've got a dog cushion, you've got a dog bag as well that you can make out of these. So it's entirely up to you which one. But, of course, you know, you also are going to get your beautiful, the brown that just edges it beautifully. And then you also get your gingham check in there as well, and your thread and your pattern. So you get four different patterns in there, and you get your Bondo web, and gosh, there's a lot of Bondo web in there as well, and you get your iron-on interfacing as well. There is a lot in this kit, a huge amount. $41.95, RWGC08. That's your dogs. Let's have a look at your cats. You never own a cat, do they? They own you. There's no two ways about that. They're your cats. That looks like my my silver tabby, Hugo. Hey, there we go. There's your cat there, $46.95. Now your cats have got your brown for your binding, but they've got your Dashwood Dreams gorgeous gold fabric. That's a bit special, that one. $46.95. Cat's the most popular. GC15, your thread, your pattern, your interfacing, your Bonder web, and your wadding. I keep forgetting that you get the wadding as well. There's heaps in here. Absolutely heaps. And then maybe, you see, we wanted you to have an option. So these are very much pet-led, but we also thought, do you know what, this would work beautifully as a bedroom tidy for a little girl or a bathroom tidy. You can use the pattern and then make yourself something that's just going to tidy up. And this is what we've given you. So you've got that gorgeous linen effect fabric there. And then maybe you don't want to have the dog or the cat on there and you just want it to go with your kitchen or utility room or whatever. We don't know. We haven't been in your house. Don't worry, we haven't been in. $41.95 for this one. This is your woodland one. So you still get same amounts of material, just a different style, and then you still get your same pattern and everything. Nobody's going to know if you don't want this to be for your dog. If you just want it for, maybe this is your sewing room organiser. Oh. Then, it could, let's face it, we've all got stuff that needs tidying up in our sewing room.
I need a bulldozer in mine at the moment.
Now, Amanda's using the woodland fabric in a different colourway. But we've got it in the linen, cream, and the brighter pink for the binding.
Really nice neutrals.
Lovely, isn't it?
If they are.
But this could be your craft room tidy, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Have your scissors and rotary cutters in there, fabric down there.
I'm loving it. Lots of ideas actually now that's starting to come through.
I think also on the back of the bathroom door.
Yeah, definitely.
Bits and bobs, hairbrushes, especially if you have to share with other people your bathroom.
I'm just wondering whether my kids would actually ever use it. Seems the floor always seems to be their sort of
their go-to.
Tidy.
Floor drobe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that floor drobe, yes. But you see, I think also perfect for a bit of jewellery in there. I like your idea of folding it up and taking it on for stacking your stuff up for holidays.
Yeah.
I'm always very paranoid when I go away of putting things in the drawers in case I forget to take them back out the drawers.
Yeah.
But actually, if I've just got this hung on the back of the door, bing, 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 bing.
Away.
Done. Now, ironing.
Right. So I've pressed this one through. Okay, so it's just little pleats on there. So it's just taking them across. So just look at your pattern pieces and have a look at the direction of the arrows that are going through.
So where you did your snips, fold it up from one snip to the next.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay.
So it's the same on all of the pockets. I think number 8 is the mini, but they've got 4 going across. And again, it is just there was just 3 little snips that I put in. The centre one is what the 2 outside ones are coming into. And you're just creating those little pleats all along.
Now with this, you've sewn.
Yeah, that was my next little tip to do, is where it's got a series of pockets, because you're going to then actually sort of sew them on, and you'll sew them sort of flipped down, and then you then flip them back up.
Yes.
To save them slipping, what I've done is just literally run a little bit of a basting stitch across each of those pleats.
Oh, so it just holds it there
just to keep it in place. I then went on, again, with the iron. My husband will be well impressed because I never iron in our house.
My mum and dad came to stay yesterday and my mum said, "What on earth has happened? There's an iron up. What's going on?" It's like, "Mum, I'm making a quilt. Of course the iron's up."
Yeah.
She went, "There's no of course about it."
Unless when my mum comes and then we've been nanny-fied. She does the pants, the socks, the towels.
Really?
You pull your drawer out, you
That's amazing. Yeah, can you rent her out? Rent a nan.
Rent a nanny, yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, she does. She irons everything. It's like life's too short, Mum, honestly.
Oh, bless her.
So then I just literally pressed up the seam allowance. So now the seam allowance on this one is 1.5 centimetres, 5/8. So always check the pattern, because a lot of sort of accessories and bags and things like that tend to be 1/2 inch.
Right.
And dressmaking always tends to be 5/8 1.5 centimetres. So it's just always double check, and that's why I was like trying to sort of scan down this morning just to refresh. In Spanish, just to check. Thinking, I know one of them. Which one was it? Was the other way round.
So your instructions do come in English. They also come in Spanish if you fancy giving yourself, that extra challenge.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. So, and then what I've done is I just then marked again with the main, once I'd prepared all the pattern, the pockets, I placed down and just pinned it on loosely. And although it's not in your packs, I'm sure most people have got them in. I just did a little bit of carbon paper and just lightly went over with a tracing wheel just to give me some very faint marks. So I've got my placement lines.
We have tracing wheels and carbon paper on the website, I do believe. But otherwise, you can always find a way of doing that with a pen if you haven't got such a thing.
Or just scoring through just to crease it. It's not a problem. So I've just got these sort of like little faint lines to go through. You then place your pocket face down the wrong way and just literally where you've creased your press line.
So this is where your ironing came in really handy because you've already helped
although you
yourself.
sort of think there's a lot of processes, it does actually end up sort of speeding it up in the long run rather than that guesswork. So I then just, because it's folded back, I can show you on, so that's number 6, number 7. So again, it's handy. This is my place line. I can then just place the crease along that line, flip down.
So you open it out.
Yeah, and then I can just then pin along that crease line. And then we can just whip across those.
Do you do, is that the order that you do it? Do you do one set of pockets and then move on to the next, or do you whiz?
It's entirely,
it doesn't specify.
It doesn't
it's up
specify.
To what
whatever you wish to do. Sometimes, I think the first time you kind of like to see what the first pocket's going to really look like. But yeah, there's no specification.
Now I'm thinking already of adjusting this and having this for shoes. You could do, flip-flops. Because let's face it, one pair of flip-flops isn't enough.
Absolutely. We were saying, I did an espadrilles course not so long ago at the workshop, and because they're so in at the moment as well.
Yeah, they are.
So all the your little scraps that are left over.
Pop them in.
Yeah.
You can pop them in. Amazing. Now, we've had a question about how to hang this. There are options. We have popped it on a hanger. So that's how we've done it. We've just popped it on a hanger so that then, only because on the back of my utility door, there's just a hook.
Yeah.
So then you just hook that on and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Now the pattern, what does the pattern suggest?
The pattern suggests 2 little sort of like eyelets.
Right.
Which is absolutely fine. But I sort of thought, well, it's all right if you've actually then got hooks
2 little things
that you've got to go on. So didn't bother putting those on, and thought there was just like so many different options. So you could put sort of like some of the extra fabric on the back and just run a rod through, or some ribbon or cord, whichever.
So it's
or your
totally
hanger.
up to you. So you could do your doweling through like you would to hang your quilt.
Yeah.
Or, hey, producer Hannah, if they managed to get the other day the quilt hangers, you could attach them with those.
Perfect.
Yeah. So lots of different options. Basically use your imagination, because I think I would go with a hanger, to be honest. But
it's
the pattern
more portable,
says about,
isn't it?
Yeah.
It is more portable.
Now, the bottom details down there are for your dogs and your cats over there.
Okay, so I'm just going to line up my number 8 pattern piece on your pocket. Exactly the same, because I've put the crease in, and I can stitch along these.
I'm mesmerised. This is teaching how to do pleated pockets is one of those things that actually is a really handy thing to have, because you might not want to do something as big as this. You might want to do a smaller version. You might want to do one, like we say, for your sewing kit that you can then fold up. You might not have this much stuff for your dogs. I certainly have this much stuff and more. I can tell you that much for a start. It might be that you want to do one for a bedroom, for your children's bedroom, for inside your wardrobe. Of course, because it hangs, absolutely perfect. I've got something very similar for my jewellery.
Yeah.
Which I hang in the wardrobe.
And then you could, you could put your socks in there and your whatever.
Socks and hankies. You could have made this for Father's Day. Oh, now that was the other thing we were going to ask for. Photos of things you made for your fathers, for Father's Day. Or granddads. Whatever. Or the man in your life. You know. I left mine sound asleep this morning. Both of them. Snoring away.
Okay, and so the very bottom one, you don't need to sort of fold that up. It's just going to fit flush along the edges.
Oh, because you'll have
the top, the back piece,
the back that will go on the front.
Yes, to bag it round.
I'm with you.
Okay, so I'm going to whip across these, and then I'll be able to show you then how to stitch down in the pleats to keep those in place.
Nice.
All right.
I love that we've still got the numbers on here. Very organised, Amanda. Is that
I can be methodical. I can be methodical when I want to be.
Even with jet lag. Yeah. Amazing.
So when you as you're sort of working down, you will need to sort of like roll it up a little bit like when you're doing your quilting, just to get it under. Okay.
Aha. Producer Hannah said, what about when you go to dog or cat shows? Of course, we're Birmingham here, so we're quite near to Crufts. And oh my goodness, the paraphernalia that goes with dog and cat showing is immense. This would be, you'd look really professional, wouldn't you? If you rock up with one of these, roll it up, out it rolls with all your, did you like the rolling noise? That was special. Well, you didn't see the sound, the action that went with it.
I'd say it's when you actually unroll it.
Yeah, but you see, then you need all your grooming stuff and your brush to coiffure their whatevers and this, that, and the other.
But you could also, as well, with the OD fabric.
OD coat.
The OD coat.
Well, I love the idea of OD coating anything.
Yeah, you could.
You would OD coat, OD coat before.
Yeah.
So then you can put your shampoos, your dog shampoos, your dog conditioners.
Yeah.
All those sorts of things, all in there. Yeah, the dogs have conditioners. We took Eric out for a day out the other day to, it was a public sporting event, and Eric's our 12-stone Great Dane. So he always gets stopped. You can't go anywhere fast with Eric because everyone's stopping to say hi. And he's the one that does a lot of the film work and the modelling and all that kind of stuff. So actually he would love one of these. Because
he's more like a horse.
I know.
I had friends that had Great Danes. They were you could ride them.
He is immense. He's the absolute love of my life, but he is immense.
Have you had him from a puppy?
No, we had him from 6 months. We were his 4th home in 6 months. He was an absolute terror when we got him. Oh, he was horrible. He was absolutely vile. His behaviour was disgusting. But we've turned him around. He's the old bad boy done good. And he's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous with his piercing blue eyes. He's a stunning, stunning dog. And beautifully behaved now, I would just like to say. A lot of training has gone into Eric. A lot.
Oh, I think Wally's just feral.
If you're after the dog bundle, he's down the bottom. Well, he's called Wally.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going walking with them, Wally and Eric?
He's just like, it's food with him. What he can pinch, you would never imagine what a dog, and the amount of people that sort of say that they shouldn't eat that. He must have a cast iron constitution.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Because things like raisins and stuff like that are awful for dogs. And yet our Ridgeback ate half a great big Christmas cake.
Wally had the whole one.
Did he?
Yeah, within 20 minutes in the pitch black, he managed to pull it forward on the counter, and it was right at the back. Undo foil, 2 layers of greaseproof, took the ribbon off, and some of the decorations.
Oh, this is skill. This is talent.
And ate the entirety, and then sort of
Wally.
and I kind of like had this note sort of like following when I was studying for a degree, and I'd gone to bed at like 2:10 in the morning. My husband was working nights. He got in at like 1:30 and got up to this note saying, "Have you moved the Christmas cake?"
No.
And I was like, "Wally," and he was lay there with his distended. And then I've heard rustling, and I thought, oh, he's got the bin out, and I've like charged into the kitchen before, and he's like,
oh, he's got spotted.
A bag of Doritos in between his paws, ready to pierce, sort of like with all the air, and he's like,
It is amazing, isn't it?
Oh,
how dexterous they can be. Because of Eric's height, everything is chop height. Everything on the counter is
game.
chop height. So we've learnt to be tidy. Nothing else in our lives has taught us to be as organised and tidy as having a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to go and have a look in a minute and have a look at all the different fabric options. But I think what we're seeing here is that, yes, these are great for your dogs, your cats, your utility room, but also with the woodland option that we've got, which I'll show you in just one moment, great for your bathroom, your bedroom, inside your wardrobe, just extra organisation. Who couldn't use a bit of extra organisation in your sewing room? Have your scissors and your unpicker and your everything else that you need, your rotary cutter, all sorts of goodies. And because you've got so many different size pockets, and there are a lot of different sizes, depths, widths,
to suit
everything,
every piece that you could think of.
It's brilliant.
So I'm now going to actually sort of start stitching down in the middle of the pleats.
So they're pinned.
They're pinned into place, but just leaving those little flaps open through there.
Okay.
I found that it's best to start from the seam of the bottom and work up, because if it does sort of just move a little bit, it's just going to smooth it out and even it.
Right.
And a little bit of reverse stitch at the start and at the end as well.
Now, this machine has got ones where you can do like it'll do a holding stitch.
It'll do, do the holding stitch, or I've put it onto actually mode 3, which will actually do 3 stitches forward, 3 back, and then it will just carry on forward.
So have a look on your machine. If you bought the other day the 540, you've got that capability.
I think they're on the 520. It's on the 520s as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because we use the 520s in the studio.
Excellent. Well, this is looking good. This is looking very good. And then you just sew up those pleats.
Yeah. And you've got the marker, just that faint marker underneath. Make sure that you're still in the centre.
So this is stitching the fabric down. This isn't stitching those pleats in place.
No, it's just the underneath in between, just anchoring to actually make the divisions in the pockets themselves.
Excellent. Oh, very good. And repeat.
And repeat. Yeah.
I'll leave you to repeat and go and have a look at some
repeat.
fabric. Repeat. Come with me over here. Now, you're getting all sorts in here. In your cat bundle, I keep forgetting you get the wadding, so I'm going to say, look, you get your wadding in here, and you get your iron-on interfacing, the pattern, and of course you've got lots of other ideas in that pattern as well. It's not just that one. You get all of those different patterns for all of those. You don't get the dog, I'd just like to say. And you get enough fabric to make the wall organiser, and you also get your bond web in case you want to applique. You get your thread. This is one of those things that if you try and actually work this out, we've done it for you. We've done the hard work for you. So in the cats, is this still favourite, Producer Hannah? There we go. There's your cats there. Half a metre. We're down to single figures of the cats now. But with the cats, you do get 1.5 metres of your dashwood. This is going to be your main fabric behind. Isn't that gorgeous in that gold? So this is your Distant Dream dashwood fabric. So you've got a designer fabric in there, and you've got your cats, and you've got your brown. There we go. That's everything that you're getting. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Don't forget that wadding. It's all in there. Lovely. Now, the dogs. The dogs. Here are your dogs. So with your dogs, you're getting, and the prices vary just due to which fabrics have been put in the bundle. There's your dog, there's your binding fabric, and then there's your main fabric there in that gingham. See, I think that gingham works beautifully, doesn't it, in your utility rooms and places like that. £41.95, RWGC 08. Now, let's have a look at the woodland. Now, this is a variation on the one that we're seeing made at the moment, but this is the colourway that you'll get when you order this one. Which we wanted to put one in basically that wasn't pet based, so that if you don't have a pet but actually you really want to tidy up your sewing room or your bedroom or your wardrobe or your bathroom, then you can do it with a lovely neutral bundle. So you've got the natural kind of colourways here with your cream and your sort of linen effect there, and then your woodland there. Don't forget you're getting your thread, and then that fuchsia for your trim, and of course you're still getting your Bondaweb, your interfacing and your pattern and your wadding. Hurrah! Now, a lot of you saying, please, 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 can we have some of these fabrics by the half metre? Yes, you can. Now, the only ones that we managed to get you were dog-based. And that's not because it's me and, you know, not John. If it had been Johnny, he wouldn't have managed to get the cat ones either. These are your dogs by the half metre. Do you want to see how wide this is actually? Let's pull this out selvage to selvage. Ba, 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 ba. That's how wide it is. Oh, it's really wide, isn't it? There it is, selvage to selvage, and you will get a half a metre for £4.95. If you're after more, if quite frankly there's just a whole load of things that you need to make out of this fabric, £4.95. EKFG 83. Odocoat it and make a dog coat out of it. Why not? There we go. So if you are after a metre, then you would put a number 2 in that quantity box, and that would give you a metre. We cut this by the half metre. You would get a continuous length of that. So that's your dog fabric there, £4.95 in there. There he is. EKFG83. Isn't he gorgeous? Fabulous. Now we've also got the Woof Nautical for you as well. Let me get this one out. I love this one. Very limited on this, but if you want it, be quick. Now this one is a softer cotton, so this is going to be also perfect for your cushions, things like that. There it is. And that again. In fact, shall I measure the selvage? There we go. So that's your dog fabric there. If you want that per half a metre, £4.95. QUFG 32. Fab. So we're just, more pet options just in case. Lovely. Right, so they are your options, and I can hear that sewing machine whizzing away. Whiz, whiz, whiz. Amanda, what are you whizzing at now?
All I'm doing is just basting down the side edges of the pockets.
So because you're basting, have you put a longer stitch
Longer
length?
stitch, yeah.
Okay.
And then just generally I tend to turn the thread tension down, but I won't be taking this basting stitch out because it's just going to get caught up in the seam allowance.
I've never heard that before. So if it's a basting stitch that you're going to take out, loosen the tension?
Yeah, just turn the thread tension down to a 2 and it'll just pull out so much easier. You won't have to sort of fight with it.
Top tips galore.
Oh,
I love a top tip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good job.
Okay, so I'm just going to go past the back bit.
Now you can see this, the back of the front. Does that make sense? That sounds like I'm talking in riddles, doesn't it? The back of the front has been interfaced, so that it's giving that extra stability. So you can put your toe clippers in there for the dogs. I mean, you can put your own in there if you like as well.
Certainly can.
And your dog snacks and all the other things that come with dogs, leads, harnesses, collars. Because I don't know about your dog, but my dog's got more than one collar. That happens too.
We have tried him on one of these ones that bleeps when he barks.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah.
Because he's a barker.
Yeah, and it does work. It really does work, but he seems to just go through the batteries left, right and centre.
There you go, batteries in another pocket. See, it's all, yeah, by the time you start being organised, brushes, combs, each of them have different brushes. I didn't realise actually, now I'm starting to think about it, how many more Baxter's glucosamine tablets for her feet. That happens.
What brand is she?
She's a Ridgeback. So we've got 2 Rhodesian Ridgebacks. We've got a Great Dane and a Springer Spaniel. And the Springer Spaniel is the brains of the operation. Very much the brains of the operation. Yeah, Baxter just lies around looking beautiful. Jack, our other Ridgeback, is slightly neurotic, but he was rescued age 6. So he'd had a tricky time of it. Yeah. But he's just the most loving dog you will ever find.
Yeah.
And Eric just expects everyone to adore him, and so everybody
does.
does. Yeah. Self-fulfilling prophecy, that one. I'm amazing. Please love me. Oh, okay. Oh, this is looking very good. Look at this.
So
okay.
As I say, it is just so super quick because I had all I prepared this morning to come in was literally the bindings, and I've just literally done that.
The rest of it all done
in the hour in between.
Wow.
So it is a quick little project to do.
Now, you could always put an interfacing on these pockets if you want them really sturdy as well, couldn't you? You know, you do have that option. You've got interfacing in your bundle, which the front has been interfaced on the back. But now we're going to add the back so that you don't see that.
That's right. So it literally is a case wafting all this away.
Waft away, yes.
Okay, and I'm just lining it up. Okay, and I will put a few pins in. I'll have to move my machine back.
Now, I think this is going to be one of those projects, Amanda, that once you've made it once, you'll then eke and tweak and make to your own specifications to have in other rooms in the house. I think it's going to be that handy and that useful.
It will be. I was sort of thinking, and I was like, yeah, we used to have one for the Nerf gun sort of battle wars. So they used to we had pellets all over the house. So it'd be really handy to sort of go around and sort of just have something to
take all those away with. Yeah. But you see, that's just it. You think about in your house what needs tidying away. In Freddie's room, it's the small plastic toys. You know, whether it's...
you can always guarantee you'll find them with your feet.
Yes! Oh, yes. It's never the soft toys, is it, that you stand on? Never. It's always those little models of the favourite TV show or whatever, you know, whatever's in favour at the moment. Or maybe it's come with a magazine or something like that. Then just pop them in these. Just
I think I was a bad parent. I just never used to allow mine to get into anything that was like little things.
No, just Nerf guns instead. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we've got 6 minutes left. How much of this can we... Oh, look at this.
Right.
Gosh, there was a moment of panic. Where do you leave a gap to pull
at
through?
At the bottom.
So
at the bottom, yeah.
Okay.
We can pull that through then, and then it's just a case of either just top stitching by machine or that dirty word of slip stitching, hand sewing.
What? And this is what you'll end up with. I'm loving this in there. Whee! So you can see, because you've got the brown thread in there, it's contrasting beautifully. And you do have the applique, that's why we've put the Bonder web in. Now you're getting an awful lot of Bonder web just to do that tiny bit. So our kits always boost your stash as well. But just really useful pockets in here. So this is your dog bundle. For $41.95, this is everything that you're getting in there. And then along the bottom, we're going to give you the information so that you can top up on that dog fabric if you're going to need maybe to do, I don't know, a dog bed or the dog house.
I really fancied doing that.
The dog house looks amazing. So buy the ½ metre, your dog fabric, $4.95. So once you get going with this and you think, do you know what, I'm going to have to dog fabric everything. Maybe you want to make a matching dog bed out of it, then you can. That would look nice, wouldn't it? That would look really nice. So RWGC08, $41.95. Look at this machine go. Look at it.
But I did think with the dog bag, the little house, I think it would actually be a really good toy for a child. So they could play vets and pets.
Yeah. Look at this, because you also get the pattern to make that as well. That's the size dog. That's most popular dog breed this year.
Yeah.
Did you know? Just as an aside. Now, so you get the toy, the organiser, the house, the mat and carry bag And that's the pattern to make all of these. We've given you the fabric to make that one there. Yeah, the organiser. And quite frankly, I need organising. There's no two ways about it at all. That's brilliant. Now, we need a new bobbin underneath.
Yeah, you can always guarantee.
Of course, when you're in a hurry,
the bobbin's going to go, but at least there was one prepared.
Yay! Oh, we like to do that for you. You know. Very quick and easy to change there. Seamless, almost. Yeah. Oh, you can see the determination of Amanda's face. I will finish this line of stitching. I will get to turn this through. There's no rush. Oh, we've got another question. The fabric by the 1/2 metre, yes. The width of that is 55 inches or 139 centimetres, 0.7 centimetres. There you go. Is that on both of the dog fabrics? Are they both the same? We're just finding out for you. We're just finding out which... Okay, so that's the one with the which one? Oh, so the one that we've used in the kit, that one. This is selvage to selvage, 54 inches, okay? That's the one we were asked about. That's 137 centimetres. Yay! There we go. If you've got a question, you can always ask, you can always get in touch. Sewingquarter.com is the website. Underneath where we're live, then there's a little message box there, and then underneath is your full shopping list for everything that we've had on the shows today. Lots of you up bright and early, well done. Margaret's messaged and said, at the top of the organiser, yes. Oh, so you can make a pocket upside down with a gap, and then you can pop your coat hanger through there. Nice thinking, nice thinking. I think on the pattern you can also put a pocket in there. It's however you wish to do it. I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So frantically sewing here. Here we go. Oh, Pamela's watching us in Singapore online. Good morning.
Wow,
well done you. What's the time difference in Singapore? Any ideas?
They're going to be ahead, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's got to be a good 10 hours.
Gosh, there we
I
go.
thought.
Right.
Probably got a G&T on the go by
I'm
now.
going to leave you to turn that through.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. And, yeah. I'm going to... Yeah, we'll see that in just a minute. Let me show you these bundles. Go, 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 Amanda. Right, this is your cat bundle here. Not... Oh, let's go. Okay, let's do dog. Oh, sorry. There we go. Here's your cat bundle here. That would have made more sense, wouldn't it? Here we go. There is your cat bundle there. 2.5 meters in total in this bundle, and your thread, and your interfacing, and your bonder web, and your pattern. All in for $46.95. Single figures for the cat. So if you're after the cats, please do grab it. Now, what would you like to look at next? Oh yeah, you get your wadding as well. Now, dog's up next. Here he is. With all of this and your wadding as well. And don't forget, even your thread is coming with it. Oh, there's a stray thread there. There you go. And this is everything in the kit, $41.95 there. Now, if you want one that is, well, it's just not pet-based. If you wanted to do this so that, because you realise that actually this is a great way just to tidy up your kitchen, your bedroom, it's like the fabric that we've been using, but just in a different colourway. It's in the cream and your fuchsia, and that's your woodland. Again, coming with your bonder web, your wadding, your interfacing, your thread, and your pattern. Fab. This is looking good. Let's just very quickly, poor Amanda is frantically battling with this.
We're in.
To show. We're in. We're done. Let's show this. Let's grab this from this side.
Just need to press, but...
We're out of time for press. There's no room. We're pressed for time.
A little bit of quality assurance.
There we go. Look at this. Yay! That looks fab. Isn't that great? Made in 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5 hours. Tops.
So if you want to get the cream version of this, the cream and pink version of this, then you absolutely can. $41.95. Look, these pockets just go on and on and on, don't they? This is going to fit all the way down the back of your door. So just give it a good press when you get it. Poor Amanda, we're not going to let her do that because we've got time, quite frankly. But that is looking super good. I like this. I like this a lot.
It's really simple, but yet really effective.
Wow. What about gardeners? Gardeners for their trowels and seeds and everything else.
You could put it in your greenhouse, in your shed, your potting shed, with your seeds and...
Lovely. I'm going to give you the details for the cat bundle because that is particularly limited. Only a handful of those left. $46.95. There's a lot of cat lovers out there. I'm not surprised. GTGC15. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are out of time.
Fantastic.
Come back again soon.
Will do.
We're going to do some quilting next with Jo Carter. So do stay with us because we've got some fabulous things coming up after the break.
Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
It's easy to buy the products you see on our shows. To buy any of the items featured on today's programmes, just head over to our website www.sewingquarter.com. Click on the video stream and you'll be taken to our watch page. Here you'll find the product that is on air right now at the top of the page. Beneath that, you'll find all the products demonstrated in this morning's shows. To add an item to your basket, simply log into your account or register with us. Then you can either check out or keep shopping. Remember, our flat rate delivery charge lets you shop all day and check out as many times as you like and only pay once for postage and packing. Only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Back by viewer demand, Jo Carter returns on Monday the 19th of June with her much-loved Panda Pop clamshell quilt. This unique mini quilt, complete with cheeky peeping pandas, is perfect for improving your technique and makes an incredible gift that'll last for generations. And what's more, Jo will be using some jaw-droppingly beautiful K-Facet pre-cut fabrics for that extra helping of wow factor. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve with our nifty kit, containing everything you need to take your quilting skills to the next level. See how it's done on Monday the 19th of June, 8 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @SewingQuarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air. Tune in on Thursday the 22nd of June when talented dressmaker Jennifer Taylor will be dropping in to share with us her sewing secrets. Jennifer's debut book, Girl with a Sewing Machine, is packed with tips, guides, inspiration on all things sewing. Following a successful launch last month, Jennifer returns to give Sewing Quarter viewers an exclusive look at her favourite projects from the book and plenty of advice on how to get more from your sewing machine. We'll also be giving you the chance to get your hands on a signed copy. So join us and the Girl with the Sewing Machine for a fun-filled technique tuning hour on Thursday the 22nd of June at 8 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. Namaste. Welcome to the Sewing Quarter. I'm Natasha McCarty, and this hour we've got all sorts of goodies. So we've got some fabric bundles for you, and then we've got some, quilting galore goodies for you. So we're going to go across, and Jo Carter, who, as we have now established, not only is she a fabulous toy maker, but she also likes to make quilts for all of these creatures. We don't know where her skills end. We haven't found the end of her skills yet. So we're going to be using her quilting knowledge this hour. Let's, without further ado, start off, though, with these fabric bundles. We've given you a plain, then sort of a cream or a white, and then a polka dot to go with it, and 2 threads. That's what each bundle is going to consist of today, and I think rather lovely. So this is your monochrome. Loving this. Isn't that fab? What? $14.95, and you get the threads. So that's 1.5 meters of fabric and corresponding threads for $14.95. I can hear it going crazy already. Whoa, what a fab price. MLGC 75. I like that. I like that price. I like that fabric. I like it a lot. Which colour would you like to go for next, producer Hannah? Let's go this way. Let's go teal, shall we? Ooh, again, you get your 2 Why 2 threads? I like how generous we've been. So yeah, so you've got your thread that's going to go with the spot and the plain, and then your thread that's going to go with the other colours. Very nice. Look at those. 1/2 meter, 1/2 meter, 1/2 meter. $14.90, under £15. Awesome. I'm liking these prices. I'm liking these prices a lot. Happy Father's Day to you too. I'm going to just move that over there. Keep moving. We'll get to that book in a minute, so keep moving it around everywhere. And then your blue, your lovely blue. So whether you're making a quilt out of these, whether you're making bags, isn't that lovely? And then look, the threads to match. All in for under £15. GQ GC 62. Lovely. Now, maybe you want to have those classic red, white and blue. We've got that for you too. And we've called this the Union Jack Pinwheel Bundle. We'll show you why in a minute. Gives you a little hint of what's to come, doesn't it? But absolutely fab, under £15. We're liking this a lot. And then because we have bought you the baby blue, we've got, of course, to have your baby pink. There it is. $14.95, and there it is with that lovely soft pink, soft cream. In fact, I would imagine that's, is that ivory? I think so. So KXGC 36. Now the book previously has sold out, but it is back. So if you missed out on it last time, and I have to say, it's quite the tome. Look how thick that is. It's a fabulous book. We'll take a closer look at that later. But this is your Ultimate Quilting Bible. If you missed out on this earlier, it is back in stock. It's under 15. Well, it's the same price as your bundles. No. Yeah, same price as your bundles. $14.95. WQMZ 53. Yeah. Now, this is what we've made with these bundles. There you go. I say we. I mean Jo. Yeah, this is the royal we. Yes. Hello. Hello. You clever thing. Well done. Union Jack bundle. Awesome. Look at that.
These are broken pinwheels.
Now, I asked you why they were broken. We didn't know. It was just
because quilt blocks do have, sometimes they have names that I can't work out where they came from. But I think because it's sort of the traditional pinwheel shape, but maybe because the blades are broken.
Oh, that would make sense. Let's go with that.
That's
your take on it.
Yes.
If you know any different, do let us know. We're always up for a bit of education. Doesn't that look fab in those colours? Really, really fab. I like that a lot. Now that was the Union Jack Pinwheel bundle, and you get the threads too. It's good, isn't it? Getting threads in and everything.
It says it's great.
For under £15. What else did you use to make this? Apart from the fabric?
Rulers. I have this, I cut the triangles out with this one, which is new to me. I've not used that before, and it's really good. I now have that on my...
on your wish list?
Yes.
Now, if you have never seen before our Creative Grids, the background for this company, UK-based company based out of Leicester, hence the fox. But this, there we go. If I do that, then you can see that. Then there you go. That's so that you can see. If I just move that, then you can see the opaque bits. That's the amazing non-slip grip. That's what makes these rulers, to my mind, set apart from others, because that just means, look at all those places that grip is in. It's on all of the perimeter, and then you've got all of these as well. So no matter how big or small, because you can make different sizes, you've got different sizes on there. And you've got numbers in black and in white on there. It's very, very, once you start using them, intuitive to use. So this is the one that you want. This is the one that you've used.
That's the one I've used.
Why is it so good?
Because it takes all the maths out of it for you. I'm not quite sure how it does it. I've not even tried to think about it. But it gives you the finished size. So if you want to make a square with 2 half-square triangles, this is the measurement to make a 5-inch finished square.
Aha.
Which is fab.
So can I make more than just that pinwheel? Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink.
You can. It does half-square triangles on this section, and this one, quarter-square triangles. And so for this design, I've used... Each of these squares are made up from 2 quarter-square triangles and a half-square triangle.
Okay. I'm just going to get my very attractive drink out. I don't know where my voice has gone, just suddenly disappeared. Okay, so you can do that with it as well.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So I'll do some cutting in a minute. I'll show you. This is the design I've been working on. So this is made of 4. This is a 2x2. So these are 4 blocks, pinwheel blocks joined together. 4 of these blocks here.
It's amazing, isn't it, how when you see it in one, you see, because I saw the centre one, and then the others around it.
Yeah.
But then when you say, oh, it's 4 blocks put together, oh yeah, 2 and 2. Yeah, you can see that. When you get your Creative Grids, what I would say is don't throw the packaging away, because it will show you, it's great instructions within the packaging. And also it will give you a little link so that you can go onto the internet, and they've got videos of each of the options of what you can make. So always keep your packaging.
Because it's easy to miss other little features that it has as well. So it is. I've been watching a few of their tutorials recently.
Easy to follow?
Yes, really easy to follow.
Perfect. So the pinwheel you found in the book.
Yes.
The broken pinwheel is in there as well.
Yes, that's what I've chosen to do.
We've got our Creative Grids to make that. Now, there you go. 1995 for the Creative Grids. And that's by Rachel Cross, who is the daughter of the founders of Creative Grids. So it's now 2nd generation.
But I have only, through Sewing Quarter, discovered these, and they are brilliant rulers. They are the best.
Yeah, and that's what I really rate them. And I know that there is a temptation to buy less expensive ones when you start out, but I really do think it's a false economy, because you don't want to slip. You know, you don't want to waste fabric because you slip, and these they grip. They absolutely grip. Because look, as soon as I put that on there, and you know, that is not going anywhere. Look, you can see by the colour of my fingers, I'm giving that some welly. That's not going anywhere. That's just staying so I can cut with confidence. You know me, when I first started here, cutting with a rotary cutter was a big thing I had real issues with. It scared me because of how sharp the blades need to be. But now that I'm using these, you see the fear goes, because I know it's not going to slip.
And if it slips, provided... there are ways to make sure your fingers and things are out of harm's way, but also you can waste fabric by you've slipped. And, oh, right, okay, I'm going to have to redo that now. And a lot of fabric does have a sort of a sheeny finish, and these non-slip bits are really great at not sliding on slidey fabric as well.
Was that the bit that swung it for you then, the non-slip grip? Or was it how clear they are, taking the maths out?
I do quite enjoy maths, but it is nice when you don't have to think too much about what you're doing. Yes, for this one, definitely, it's the fact that the maths
Are we going to use
gone.
that today?
Yes.
Yay, we'll see it in action. Now, if you've gone to the book and you're after the book, then we've got the book here for you, back in stock. Here it is, and it's down the bottom there, $14.95 for you. This is the Ultimate Quilting Bible. The details down there on the screen. Sold out previously. We have brought it back for you.
The book's great. I mean, it's got every design of block. So many. I mean, I've decided on at least 2 quilts I'm going to do just through. I should have just stuck with this page and not looked anywhere, but now I've got 2 more quilts on the list.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, so the details of the book are on your screen. We'll take a look at the book in more detail, but you've chosen this one. Let's do it.
Shall I get started?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to do this block. So I need 4 half square triangles and then 4 of each of the quarter square triangles, the other 2.
So it tells you here how to make it. Ooh. So you start with that, and then it goes across. And that's how to make your pinwheel, isn't it?
That's your basic pinwheel, and these are all variations.
Nice.
The double pinwheel or the broken one.
Fabulous. Okay, where do we start?
Okay, well, I'll start with the white fabric.
Oh, so you're doing this in a different colourway?
Yes, the paler blues this time.
I like to think of these as the baby blues.
The baby blues.
Yeah.
Make a lovely baby quilt, wouldn't it?
Well, it would, yes. I saw a friend of mine yesterday who was at this birthday party who's got 8 weeks to go, struggling in the heat a little bit. Yeah. But I thought, but they don't, you see, they don't know what flavour they're having.
It's always nice to have a surprise.
Yeah, perfect. Right, what do we do?
Right, well, I'm settled now for a chat. I've got things to do, haven't I?
It's nice, isn't it? No, we're going to make some stuff too. We're chat and make.
I'm going to do, I want a 5-inch finished square. So I'm going to cut a 5.5-inch strip. That's with the 1/4-inch seam allowance on either side. So I've added on. I want a 5-inch finished block, so 5.5 for the strip with seam allowances.
I love this ruler. I love this this is what producer's mum would use. Producer Hannah's mum would use. And I would love this one because you see how we've got this fabric folded selvage to selvage. And it gives you that cut all the way through in one go.
Yes, this is, if you're going to start quilting, invest in a ruler this size, definitely. One of these are, because yes, it cuts your hole with the fabric when you've got it folded. And
so if you're cutting 2.5-inch strips, if you're cutting your sashing, this is what I'm now discovering.
Sashing, binding.
Sashing, binding, all these things, you need a ruler like this in your life. You just
need one this size.
You do. Rotary cutter. Today's choice of rotary cutter is...
I have this one, which is great because it locks it. With it pushed in this way, you can move the handle, but then it locks into position for cutting, but then also into position.
Yeah.
When it's safe.
So let me show you. You can do this right-handed or left-handed. There it is locked. As soon as that is pressed out, that is locked. As soon as I press that in, then as soon as I squeeze, the blade becomes engaged, and then so if you drop it or anything like that, the blade is always covered. That's the nice thing about it. You can open it out, but do you know what? Yeah, and you can swap the blade as well, so you can have it for right or left-handed. Producer Hannah's left-handed and struggles with rotary cutters, but she can have this one because she can switch the blade to either side. Yes. Awesome. Our guest Joy, who does a lot of our quilting, she actually whooped for joy when she saw this one.
It is a great rotary
Fact, it's her favourite one in the world ever.
Right, so I'm going to cut a 5.5-inch strip. Let's put that in so I'm ready to cut. There we go. I've already straightened the edge of this fabric, so I know. The glare of the lights, let's see. Let's just make sure it's 5.5. And I always do 3, 4. I always double check the whole measure.
If you did it the other way around, you've got the black marks that give it you with the 1/2 inch on.
That way would do it, tell it, yes. Even with measurements, I still have to make sure. The whole measure once.
My grandmother would be proud
measure
of
twice,
you.
cut once.
Yeah, measure twice, cut once. We've all made that mistake before. And that's the joy. Look at that. Selvage to selvage in one fell swoop.
think I didn't press down there.
2. Well,
that was me. That was my
1 swoop and a little nudge.
That was a user error.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Okay.
Now, this is your optical white here with this bundle, I do believe. Nice and fresh and crisp, isn't it, this white in there?
It is nice weight, nice, sort of not too thick, not too thin. That's.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes. I've realised as I started that I wasn't being... There are better ways of describing that, but not too thick, not too thin.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. This bundle is, here it is. This is what we're using at the moment. So this is, I like to think of this as your baby blue, but it is the blue pinwheel bundle. And you get threads as well. You get blue and white thread. I can't believe you get 2 threads in there, all for under £15. $14.95. If you want the Creative Grids non-slip rectangle, which is that is, I think every guest has agreed that is the first ruler to start with. If you're starting quilting or anything like that, that is the first ruler, this big one here, and then move into all the different shapes and sizes, but you need that great starter point.
When I started, I didn't get a full-size ruler. I didn't get this one for a while, and I struggled along with just smaller rulers. And then when I got one, I did notice the difference. Put it that way.
But that's the thing, isn't it? You know, if this is going to be something that you do for fun, for pleasure, make it pleasurable, don't struggle.
And cutting out is such a huge part of quilting as well.
Well, if you get it wrong, then the whole thing's skewiff.
Make it easy on yourself.
As Jo has now discovered.
So I've cut a 5.5 inch deep strip.
Yes.
And on the ruler here, I want to cut half square triangles, and I want the finished ones to be 5 inches. So this line lines up with the bottom, and then there's a little white dotted line here at the tip, and that's what you want to line up with the top of the fabric.
Oh, okay, right.
So then you have, on these pieces, you have the dog ears taken off.
Yes, perfect.
By that, so I'll line that up.
These are quilting rulers designed for quilters by quilters, which is why they have all of those little design features. So you're not having to take off the dog ears, which means that then when you come to put the pieces together, you know, they sit in exactly the right place. And that's why you get such a great finish with these. Already incredibly popular, this ruler. I'm not surprised. We kind of knew it would be because, you know, I think once you start with Creative Grids and you just realise how excellent they are, that's it. There's no other ruler for you.
There's not, and you get that perfect shape. So I only need a few, but there we go, I've cut.
4 of those. It is making things quicker actually, isn't it?
It is, and they're precise, they're really precise. You know, I mean, I'm doing it slowly now, and I'm doing 2 layers at a time. You could do more, and you can just go straight down.
And I like how we're on the rotating mat here. And actually I'm just seeing you making just little adjustments on this mat so that it's absolutely at the right angle for you. You haven't had to move that fabric. You've just moved that mat. And you can see the rotating mat here just slightly at a different angle just to suit you.
You can just give it that little twist because cutting out a lot of fabric does really, after a while, you really know about it. So again, just lining up the 5 inch finished square line and the dash on the top.
There you go. Now, a third of the non-slip triangles already gone. So a third of this that we're seeing Jo use right now, already gone. It's under £20, it's $19.95. Lots of things that you can use this. We're showing you one, we're showing you the pinwheel. Jo, you might not be able to get your one at this rate.
And I'm quite hoping just one.
Just one
left.
Just one. Just leave us one. That's all we're asking for. Just the one.
So there we go. So they're the half square triangles cut.
Right. Excellent.
And now I want some quarter square triangles to go with them.
So what do we do?
I'll put those out of the way for sewing in a minute. And this way, again, you have the line there for, I'll pop it on the fabric so it's a bit more visible. I want a 5 inch finished square. So here's the 5. So that's the line I want along the bottom of the strip. And actually, I cheat a little bit. Instead of working out how deep I need the strip, I would just measure from the dashed line at the top there, which would line up with and we want about 3 inches, so I'll do a 3-inch strip.
Okay. But I mean, on the ruler itself, if I can just show you, can I borrow a piece of white?
Do you want the large bit of white? Would that make...
You can see on here, I've just noticed, look, it gives you 2 different options on there. So that's 2 different ones there. And it says here, markings show finished size square. And then this, if you've got a QR reader on your phone, just zap that, that takes you straight through to the videos. But otherwise, on your packaging, it tells you where to go to get those. Brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. We love this. And then you've got your 90 degrees down there. You've got your 45 degrees up there. Lots of ways to use these. We like it a lot.
This blue as well.
Oh, so we're going with all the blues.
I'm going for all the blues.
So with this, you get a white, you get a polka dot in baby blue, and you get another. I'm going to say this is cornflower blue. I'm going out on a limb. Is that right? Yes. Went for a dog walk with my mum yesterday, who was down staying, and she got so excited because for the first time ever, she actually saw cornflowers in a field of corn with the corn. She's like, I've never seen that. I've only ever seen them actually in people's gardens, never actually in a field of corn. And it looked beautiful. Oh, it's blue sea. It's not cornflower. Oh. Well, there goes that story then, doesn't it? Not relevant at all. Blue sea. It's very, very similar to cornflower. Maybe the cornflower is just a little bit more... we are getting more and more. And they're getting... This is it. They're getting closer and closer in shade, which is lovely because then it means that we can match it closer every time.
Yeah.
We like. Blue sea, eh? Nice. Very nice. Ooh. Ooh, we like.
I do. These blues work so beautifully together. There we go.
Have you got a rotating mat at home, or is that on the wish list as well?
That's also on my wish list. I have quite a big...
It's getting quite extensive, isn't it?
It's terrible because I see all these things now that I can't live without.
That's the trouble, isn't it? Because once you realise how much easier it makes your life, why wouldn't you?
Well, cutting does get a little bit samey after a while. And so anything that makes you zip through it.
Happy days. Safely. It's zipping through it safely, isn't it? That's the key. And look, you see, just whizzing around with that mat. Because that's the thing that I've discovered, is that invariably my fabric is always the wrong way round.
Yes.
So I have to move it. But if you've got the cutting mat, you don't have to. Just spin it around. Job done.
And so it's not visible. There we go. I want it's for 5-inch finished square. So this time the dotted line is in black. So I'm matching that with the top and the bottom line with the bottom edge of the strip.
Yes.
So this will give me, I cut these, and 4 of these together will give a 5-inch finished square.
Nice.
So I'm just going to zip that
this is really where this mat comes into its own, is cutting this, because you've got to go for both sides. You've got to cut both sides. So instead of having to move the whole thing around, you just spin your mat and spin it around.
You're not moving the fabric, so this edge here, they're exactly on top of each other. They've not moved around.
And also it stays crisp, because the less you have to handle it, the less fraying and things like that you're going to get. Perfect. So your rotating cutting mat, $32.95. Big fan of the old cutting mat.
So how many of those do I want? I'll cut out a few so I can make a couple.
And then you've got options, haven't you?
I've got things to go around.
We do like an option. But these are all the things to have in your stash, just to make, like you say, it just makes cutting easier.
It does.
And once you get, this is what I've realised, the more precise you're cutting, then the more precise the quilt.
The easier it is to match your points up, and yes, precision cutting helps enormously.
Of course it does. You know, I'm still learning that, so, you know, my quilts are still a bit wonky here and there, but I'm only on quilt number 5, so, you know,
I think that some wonkiness, you don't want to you don't want it to look like it's been made in a factory. You do want that to
Yes,
look
to know that it was lovingly made.
Absolutely.
That's my excuse that I give myself as well. You know, this way people know it's made with love, not in a factory.
And it means it's unique as well.
Absolutely. Now Karen's messaged in. Good morning, Karen. Morning, ladies.
Morning.
She just loves creative grids. She's collecting one at a time. Maybe that's the way to do it. She's got 4 now. You see, that's just it. Once you start with one, you will start to become an avid collector. And we hear that. We hear that an awful lot. Karen, I'm glad that, thank you ever so much for messaging in. I'm glad that you love them. Oh, and Margaret's just asked what degree triangles this has got. Now, we've got a 45 degree on this end and a 90 degree there. Now, we've got various selections on the website if you're after any other degrees. Not like, you know, university degrees. No, we're not handing out those sorts of degrees. But if you want cutting degrees, then do take a look at the website because we've got all sorts on there. Just whizzing through these now. And of course, look, this is the nice detailing on here. Look, you've already got that dog ear cut out on the top. She says put it to the bottom, but you know what I mean. That's going to line up beautifully. Not going to have to go through and trim those, which actually over the course of a quilt is quite time consuming.
It is. Squaring up and removing dog ears, and I struggle not to call them dog ends. It popped into my head once.
Dog ears.
Dog ears. Dog ears.
Dog ears. Yeah, we've got that. And I think really becoming clear how useful this is. Even if you just move it just a little bit, just to get it at just the right angle for you, so that you're not having to strain your body or move it into an uncomfortable angle. It's getting that right tool for the job.
It is. And if you've only got a small table to work on, in my sewing room, I have, much smaller than this, probably a 1/6 of this. So I don't have the space, so to be able to do that and not have to sort of drag the fabric round.
Yes.
Really helps.
I don't think it matters how big an area you have to work on. We always end up with just that much.
Yes. So how much table?
It doesn't matter.
However big the table, you fill a lot, don't you?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Right. What's next?
Okay. Well, the book is great at shows the placement really clearly, and I think I'm going to go for.
Loads of you going for this book in the basket. It's already been popped in lots and lots of baskets. This is your standard pinwheel here. There. And that's how you would make your standard pinwheel. But we're going for a variation. We're doing this one. So the white strips that we cut out give us that. And then the 2 blues are going to give us those bits there. Fabulous. And we can see here, Joe's just starting to set them all out. It's a really nicely laid out book. And I love the fact you've got all the different colourways. We'll look at some more options in a minute.
I knew then I put something was wrong. What have I done?
What's going on?
There we go. That's the correct layout, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, did you actually want to look at the book? There you go, that would help. Sorry about that. I'm going to make our guest guess. It's really useful, and I'm going to hide it from you.
Have I?
No,
I've not done that right in the middle at all, have I?
There. It's a jigsaw.
But if you follow the picture, see, I tried to do that then using my own mind, and that's where I went wrong.
Your own mind? Step away from using your own mind.
There we go.
Yay! That's how it's going to look. That looks right.
Got there in the end.
Yay!
Right,
Perfect.
So I'm going to sew the quarter square triangles together first to make half square triangles, and then I'll sew them together. So I'll have 4 squares and then combine them.
And do you have to have all of your dog ear bits facing the same way?
You don't have to. You will have some dog ears that you'll have to trim, but I'll sew these together, but having these does make it easy. You can start from that end and sort of, where your seam has to finish, where your stitching line has to finish.
So you can use that as a guide for you. Because that's where I go wonky on triangles. I'm okay with squares-ish, getting better at squares, but triangles, still get a bit wonky. But because I haven't had the dog ears off, so I've been trying to line it up oh, it got a bit complicated. So actually, this is what I need to make it easy for me.
It does. Anything that, and after a while as well, you get into, the easier it is, you get into a nice rhythm, and it can become quite relaxing. And I like to have, sorry, I'll say do that first. I like to have a stack. I'd have them piled up the way that they need to be stitched together, and I'll just do.
Just go through, just
chain
do
nice.
Lovely.
Stack together. Right. Just going to shorten the stitch length a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't, when you're patchworking like this, going backwards and forwards at the end to secure the stitches, it can chew the fabric slightly and tighten up the ends. And because you're going to sew, when you join them together, you're going to sew over these stitch lines. I do a smaller stitch length and don't reverse forwards and backwards.
Would you like me to iron any of these?
Would you mind pressing that to either side? The dark side, probably.
To the
Press to the dark side, I think.
This is what we're making. If you've just joined us, hello, we're making this. We're making it in a different colourway. We've got some amazing bundles for you today, all under £15. This was made out of the Union Jack bundle, details down the bottom of your screen. We're using the baby blue bundle. We've got lots of different bundles for you today to choose from at amazing prices. Under £15, bargain. Bargain, but with 2 threads. So 1.5 meters of fabric and your threads as well, which I like. Now the triangle ruler, half of the stock gone. So just make sure that you pop that in your basket if you're after it today. Don't want anybody missing out. That would make me sad. And we don't like to be sad. Here we go. This is what you need, though, isn't it? What I love about this hour is that it's just showing you how much easier life can be.
There we go. Again, I've got myself into a bit of a tangle with which way.
You can't look. There's the book. There you go.
Yes,
We're bamboozling you early on a Sunday morning.
I'm fine with odd-shaped toy pieces,
yeah,
but things like this, I have to look at the book and double-check the layout. And everybody's done it when they've stitched a block together and they look down and one piece has been
just
put in the wrong way.
You see, my mind doesn't work the way that yours does in terms of the toy shapes. You see toy shapes in the way that I just don't. So yeah, I think we can let you off with that. I think this morning we're all in a good mood. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. There you go. Yeah, we have only got one father in the studio today.
Is there only one in? I had a message to say my youngest, who had said earlier in the week, whatever you do, Dad, don't look in the toy box, because that's where he's hidden.
Oh, yeah, no clue there then.
So he was woken up early and taken to the toy box this morning.
Oh, bless him. What did he get?
That was his card. He'd done a very involved piece of artwork for him.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
With his best handwriting as well.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, he'd gone all out on it.
Well, I mean, thank goodness it, involved his best handwriting. Freddie's card for his dad involved his feet. So, and a poem. So that's all right.
So once they're together, I'm just joining them along the diagonal to make a square.
Now, I was taught in the week how to actually press properly.
Oh.
Yeah, how to sort of knock it rather than... There we go. Look at that. No, I'm not about my ironing, about the finished square and how perfect it is. Producer Hannah said she didn't care about my ironing. How rude. It's beautifully ironed, but beautifully made. Now, whilst we just deal with this, lots of you asking about the book. Let me show you the book. The book is The Ultimate Quilting Bible. Ooh. And here we go. Oh, we're just getting the camera. There we go. From the very beginning. It's in fab section. Yeah, if I just do that, can you see how you've got different colours up the side? So the purple is getting started. fabric type, thread, needle type, UK and US needle size. How handy. How handy. Useful feet. Yeah, producer Hannah's got 2 useful feet. We've all seen her dance. Now, this is the book. This is the one. This one talks you through putting colours together. It is so useful. I've never seen a book more comprehensive on putting your colourings together. Absolutely love it. So it talks about your different fabrics, but it's also talking you about your colour wheels, how to put your colours, the visual effects that you want. Oh, it's just brilliant. And then the patterns to use. So that's there. And then you've got your quilt making basics. So whether you're hand quilting, sorry, I've just moved that. Whether you're hand quilting or what you're doing, it's all in there. Using you. In our last hour, we talked about using perforated patterns or a tracing wheel. That was how Amanda had marked on. Then you see that you've got that option in there. So it takes you through using all these different things. And so that's your quilting basics. Then the next one is whole cloth and strippy quilts. There you go. And so it just talks you through all of these. All your different quilting bits and bobs. Foundation paper piecing. It's all in there. All in different log cabins in there. Really clear as well. And how, by just changing where you put the different colours, you can get different effects. It's very good, isn't it?
It is.
Really clever. Oh, look at these. Now this is still in your pieced quilts. Whoa, look at that. That's an optical illusion, isn't it?
It is. Amazing.
So these are your log cabin block shapes. That's amazing. Whoa. Then the next section, hang on, 130, let's just keep 130. So pieced quilts, and then you get your applique quilts. So you get all of those in there. Oh, look at that. What's that for? Reverse applique. Nice. That's your reverse applique in there. And really clear instructions. Photographs where it's needed. What's this? Hawaiian applique. Nice. I think we've done one Hawaiian. Oh, whoa, look at that. That's a bit gorgeous, isn't it? Whoa. So much inspiration in here. Embellished quilts with all your stitches. Whoa. That's why this book is sold out. For under £15, cathedral windows, showing you how to do those. This is in your folded quilts. Oh, look at that. Nice. Folded log cabin. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a bit good. 2 circles. Oh, look at this one with the twist through it. That's a bit good, isn't it? That's twists and tucks. Oh, I like that. Folded pinwheel. And your glossary of terms in the back. That's why this is sold out numerous times. $14.95, WQMZ53. Would you like me to finish pressing the rest of that?
Would you mind?
I can do that. I can do that very much. What's the next step then, Jo? What are we doing next?
I'm going to join 2 squares together and then sort of in pairs and then join them all together. So, and we have a completed then pinwheel block.
There you go.
Thank you. Right, let me check that book.
Check that book. Yeah, no, get that book.
I'm going to
check
have
that
to
book.
lift it this way round. There we go. That way.
So the book
That way.
constantly being used, showing just how useful it is. And it is.
It is. It really is.
That's the joy of it. It really is. It really is. Yay! Now let's do it that way. And then I'm going to go and show you all the bundles, I do believe. Is that right, Producer Hannah? Is that what I'm doing next? Yeah. We've seen the Union Jack one because we've got that on the front there, and we've seen the baby blue, but we've got other options for you at a great price with thread. So, are you just going to sew a straight line?
I am. I've joined these ones together. You could, if you wanted to square up with the small ruler, square up and take so they're definitely square, but actually they're so precisely cut.
Well, that's the thing,
in the first place. I would square up once they were all joined together as 4.
But this here, you see, don't worry that your pin isn't going right the way to the edge. That's your seam allowance for when you then sew the next ones in. It's very clever. Very clever. Perfect. I'm going to leave you to sew those.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over here and show you all the other bundles, because I've got lots. Hooray! So we've shown you the blues. We've shown you the blues. Let's go teal. I like the teal. Now, I'm going to actually, let me spin that to the one side, and then you can see 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, 1/2 metre, and 2 corresponding thread packs for under £15. Woohoo! PYGC 61 in your gorgeous teals. It's like the perfect bundle, isn't it? Spot, and then the constituent parts of that spotty fabric, and your corresponding threads. We like. Lots of you buying multiples of these bundles because it just works. Whatever you're doing, you might be doing a quilt, you might not. You might be doing bags. You might be, I don't know what you're going to be doing. Message us. Tell us what you're going to be doing with it. Let's go monochrome next. Very, very limited now. You've been buying away, making sure that you grab it. If you multi-buy, can I just make sure that you know you will get 2 1/2 metre bundles. You'll get 2 of these. It won't be 1 metre of each like we would normally do. These have already been cut. So they've all been pre-cut. So it might be that you're buying one for yourself and one for a friend. So 3 of these bundles remaining and then it's gone. So please, if you're after the monochrome, get in quick. NLGC 75. And then we've got our pink, pretty in pink. Maybe you're going to do one of these little quilts for a new baby, something like that. Then this is perfect. But then it's just really pretty. Producer Hannah's going through a pink phase at the moment. Buying lots of pink. Oh, you've got a pink bath mat. Nice. 1945. You could make all sorts of pink accessories and things then, couldn't you? You could do lots of makeup bags and stuff out of pink to then go. Yeah. Should we look Union Jack? I don't mean that you need lots of makeup, Producer Hannah. It's just that if you're anything like me, you gather things. Yeah, no, you're doing all right. Here we go. There's your Union Jack, your red, white and blue, $14.95, RCGC 32. This is what Joe's made with it, which is this. Yay! It's so striking, isn't it? Love it. And then we've also got the baby blue here. And that's with your matching threads as well. All in for $14.95. Yes, I'll have 1.5 meters of fabric and 2 threads for under £15. Thank you very much. $14.95. GQGC 62. I like that a lot. Now, Joe, I see you snipping away over here. What you doing?
Dog ears. So if those are
Yay!
joined together, nearly done, just to join along the centre. And because I've pressed to one side, it does make the seams nest quite nicely together.
Yes.
My fingers don't really, well, there we go. Because the seams go either way, they nest quite nicely and sort of fall into place a little bit.
They sort of notch, don't
they?
Don't they? Can I just show that?
They sort of jigsaw together.
So you've got that going that way and that going the opposite way. That we're coming in. And so that then they do just nestle in together and interlock, don't they, almost?
They do.
There you go.
So hopefully this will form a nice crisp point in the middle.
We have every faith in you and in the Creative Grids as well.
The Creative Grids faith is
well
placed, but maybe not in me.
Oh, Joe! Don't do yourself down.
There we go.
concentration here. Getting these edges. There is something very satisfying, I've now discovered, when it does all match up. When it's just a little bit off, now I'm getting disappointed in myself. But now, you know, when it's absolutely perfect, I do a little happy dance, I'm not going to lie, when it all matches up perfectly. I'm like, yay! She's only gone and done it. Look at that. You see, you should need to keep the faith.
I know. Well, if I was overconfident, it would all fall apart.
Oh, is that
yes, I think.
So which way do you then do your pressing? Does it not matter?
At this point, I press the seams open, actually.
Oh, okay.
But you could press them to one side. However, whichever you prefer.
Perfect point. Look at how just perfect that point is in the middle. Absolutely perfect. That's why you're investing in your creative grid. That is why you're getting the right tools for the job. So the first one was your big rectangle, which meant that you could cut your strips, selvage to selvage, fold it in half, and that will do your fabric in one fell swoop, which is great because this is 24.5 inches. So you can use this. You can use this in all sorts of things. Would you use it in toy making at all?
I do. I use one of those for cutting out the bag before to make.
Oh yeah, because the bear in the bag.
Yes, and also I made a binding strip for the drawstring, the string that went through.
Yes.
So I use that. I use it to cut that out as well. I use them to cut strips for patchwork, but then also the binding strips, and because you need a lot of binding, you need a big ruler that will go straight across.
That's just it. And what I'm finding is now that I'm starting to do quilts and then I want a nice wide sashing, you know, if it's not a pre-cut 2.5 inch strip, then I need to cut my own. So something like this is absolutely perfect for that. £31.95. Again, it's one of those things. Put it on your birthday list, your Christmas list, whatever it is. Maybe, you know, you're like one of our lovely viewers who messaged in earlier saying that she's collecting them, she's gathering them. It was Karen. You know, this is it, isn't it? Get what you can afford as and when you can afford it, and you'll soon build up a fabulous stash of great rulers. And it's a one-off investment. Once you've invested, you've invested. As long as you keep them flat and look after them, then that's it. You're not going to have to buy this ruler again.
Yes, and it's got a hole in. They all have, so you can hang them up on the wall, so they're not.
So you can keep them.
You're not going to knock the corners or.
Even the little ones have a little hole in, so you can hang them up in your workroom.
And then it looks like a serious workroom.
There.
If you've got those on the wall.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does.
Like my dad's garage, where he's like traced round the outside of all his tools, so he knows where they're going to go, and also then knows when I've borrowed one and haven't put it back.
I might do that with my rulers. Trace them so I know where they go on the wall, and instantly you can see.
Yeah.
I like that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yes, I have the wanties for that particular one.
Now, this is the one that has made the pinwheels with it. Over half of this stock gone. You'll see already on the ruler that actually you've got other versions that you can make. Whoop, there and there, along with your pinwheel.
I mean, and in the book as well, it's the most half square triangle. You can do so much with half, and the book's full
of them,
full of ideas.
Well,
it's got a squares and triangles section, and there are just so many options with triangles.
If you can do a half square triangle, can you do flying geese with? Is that a half square triangle?
It is. The centre one is a half, or is it a quarter square? Yes, it's that shape in the centre of.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, sorry, just throw these things at you. But it's in the book, all in the book. What's your favourite bit in this book?
I'm terrible at remembering the names. And I like the fact that you see the block very clearly and what it's called.
Shoe fly.
And there's ideas for Scrappy. Shall I now take you through everything I've now got on my list? I remember page 75.
Just in case anybody in Jo's family is watching and would like to know what she's going to do next.
This,
look at that.
Because I've got so many scrap strips, so I'm going to do Chinese coins.
That's a bit good, isn't it?
But this, you can do the same sort of idea with flying geese as well.
Wow. That's amazing. And that's just little scraps and then just with a piece of sashing?
Yes.
Get your big ruler out for that.
So all leftover bits of binding and even just the ends of fat quarters and things, you might have the bottom edge left over. You can pop those in. So yes, that's next on my list.
That's a fab scrap busting. You see, because I just did one with my scraps, but I sewed them end to end and did them like a log cabin sort of ish, very loosely.
Yeah.
But I hadn't thought of doing them.
No, I'd never seen
that way.
it's
No,
such a simple thing to do as well.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so it's getting the right tools for the job. We've seen as well when you were cutting out the how useful the rotating cutting mat is.
And especially if you're squaring up a block, you just neatening up the edges to make sure it's the perfect square. Just spin it round, because that can take a while as well.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? If you're just... So you had it earlier and you cut and then turn it and then cut again. But you see, I noticed that actually you even just had it just on like a little bit just to make sure that it was... So for me, if I wanted to cut that, I'd do it so that it was there going away from me. And then if I wanted to do that side, it's there going away from me. And it's just, I'm not having to reposition the fabric at all. That's fab.
And if you wanted to take...
Do it. There you go. Have it. Do it.
I've not pressed this fully, but to take the jog ears off this, you can make sure it's square along that side, spin it round, do the next one, spin it round, do the next one. And it makes that much quicker as well.
It's saving you time, effort, and getting it precise. And then once you've squared it up, I think this is where I go wrong. I don't square up my blocks, and I need to.
I'm not a huge... I often look at things, that looks square to me. But no, precision is the key, really.
Prior and proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's what they say, isn't it? Yes. This is just lovely. Really lovely. So we've made pinwheels. This is our Union Jack one here that we've done. And we've got these bundles today. So if you want to be able to make something like this with this fabric... Then the bundle that we've got gives you a 1/2 metre of each of those fabrics and the matching thread. Oh, yes. And they are going super, super fast. So if you want to grab those, please do. In fact, shall I go and show you all of the different colours? So this is the Union Jack. That's what you're getting. $14.95 RCGC 32. I'm going to whiz through these because they are going very, 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 very quickly. Let's have a look at the blue next, shall we? Perfect for those baby blues. This is the one that Joe's been using today. So if you've absolutely loved those soft blue tones, there you go. With your 2 threads, that's what I can't believe. Not only are you getting a 1/2 metre of each of these fabrics, but you're also getting 2 threads. That's amazing for under £15. And then the teal is here. Teal is the most popular. Well, apart from the monochrome, which is now... Has that sold out now? Okay, so... Whoa! Come back here, cheeky teal threads. There you go. All of that, $14.95. That's your teal pinwheel bundle. You don't have to make a pinwheel. That was just our suggestion. Grey hair, the monochrome, gone. Congratulations to anyone that managed to get hold of that. Let's pop that over there. Pink, pinkety pink. Over here. There's your pink. Lots of you with the pink in your baskets. Please do check out, make sure that you don't miss out on these. KXGC 36, whichever combination you're going for, look at that price, it's just fab. Lots of you multi-buying on these, I don't blame you at all. And of course, lots of you with this back in your basket again. This is your ultimate quilting Bible, and it absolutely, it does what it says on the tin. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And it is back in stock. It was out of stock, we sold out. It's now back in stock, and I think we've seen just how comprehensive this is, just in terms of ideas, information, actually the how-to. So the detail in here, no matter what type of quilting, whether it's applique, reverse applique, whether it's hand-stitched finishing that you've got on there, it doesn't matter. It's all in there. All under section. I mean, just look at that. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's like a garden that's like a secret garden, isn't it, that's creeping into the house. It's just stunning. You've got templates in there, how to get different effects. There's your wave effects. It's a fabulous book. I'm not surprised that this is on Joe's wish list. Look at that. And then it shows, I mean, look at that. All those different options out of a log cabin just by using different colours. It is a fabulous, fabulous piece of kit. pop it in and get going. $14.95. Who was that? Sorry, producer? Judith. Oh, the rotary cutter. Judith have a question about the rotary cutter, Joe. Is there a locking feature? Yes, there is. Let me show you. So, when that little red button is poked out, then that is locked. I cannot open that. So perfect when I've got that at home. Press that in, and I can just use it, cut, and you can use it right and left-handed as well. But if I'm doing lots and lots, then I can lock that blade out. But you don't have to if you don't want to. But always, you can lock it there, and then that is really super safe. We haven't had this in for very long. This is $24.95. It's relatively new on air. I think we've only had it in just over a week, but very, very popular, and it's one of the chosen ones amongst our designers, very much so. I saw you doing some sneaky pressing there, Joe.
Well, just to finish it.
There you go. That is your perfect finished pinwheel because you used your creative grids so beautifully and because you're a clever lady. Less than 10 of the creative grids left for your pinwheels, $19.95 for that, IOCQ30. We will be getting it back in stock at some point, but why not grab it now? There we go. That's been, along with Joe, the star of the show. Thank you.
Oh, thank you
so much.
It's been good fun.
Bears, quilting, it's all been going on.
It's been a busy day.
It has been. Now, next week, you have got John and Amy, and then I'm in at the weekend. So I will leave you in John's capable hands tomorrow. Be kind to him. It's his birthday tomorrow. And he's coming in. Good man. So I'm sure that we'll be singing lots to him tomorrow. And probably giving him the bumps.
Of course.
Of course. Of course. That's what happens there. Thank you ever so much for joining us. Happy Father's Day to all you lovely daddies out there. Are you going home now to...
No, I'm back tomorrow.
You're back tomorrow, aren't you?
I am.
Oh, so your husband has the pleasure of Father's Day at home?
He does. He's
Fabulous.
being spoiled.
So all fathers working today, here as well. Producer Hannah's dad called. Kelvin, happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Jerry from Director Richard. Anybody else that we want to shout out to? No, my dad, obviously, as well. Barry, yeah?
My dad, Dave.
Dad Dave, yeah. Congratulations, happy father. Congratulations on being a father. Here on Father's Day, here at the Sewing Quarter. My dad won't be watching, but, only because he's away without a TV. Otherwise, obviously, he'd be glued to it. Yes. So have a wonderful rest of the day. Go and spoil those daddies lots and lots. And I will see you next week. And be nice to John because it's his birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, John, for tomorrow. See you later. Bye-bye. Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433. Email us at help@sewingquarter.com. Visit our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter @SewingQuarter and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.